Alright. I may be here. Hopefully. Let's see. Alright, looks like it's working. Let's see if anyone actually shows up. I have a pretty dead channel. Hey, what's up, man? Hey, people are showing up. What's going on, everyone? I don't know. I think I need to make some changes with my channel. I am pretty bored of what I'm doing. As for why I haven't streamed in a couple years, I don't know. What did Lucas do this time? He said that he was getting dialysis. Hey, is my sound okay? I haven't tested this in any way, but... Well, I feel bad because I have patrons who are still giving me money when I'm not posting, so... Alright, awesome. So there was this heat wave recently. And Lucas got dehydrated. I can't speak too much on that because it happened to me a couple years ago. But Lucas got so dehydrated that he said he puked in an Uber and then he had to go get dialysis done. Which sounds really bad. I don't know that much about dialysis, but... You know, when I got really dehydrated, I didn't pass out or have to get any medical procedures done. What new stuff? I don't know. I was thinking maybe I'll stop using music or something. That might be fun. I kind of do that to cover up imperfections in my sound, but back when I started, I had a really shitty mic, and that's not really the case anymore. To the point of kidney failure. He has problems. You know, anything's just going to be compounded by the fact that he has diabetes and isn't dealing with it. My grandma lost a leg because she wouldn't deal with her diabetes, and, I don't know. It could happen to Lucas a lot younger than it happened to her. But she must have only been in her 50s. She wasn't that old. Ketoacidosis? Uncontrolled sugar intake with diabetes. Yeah, there we go. Lucas was, during this heat wave, he was begging for money. And he was just like... Oh, let me turn my sound up. If there's an issue, it's probably going to be the sound of my videos. Yeah, he was asking people for money for, not for water, but for a soda that he could sip on, so... And then somebody sent him $10, so he probably bought a couple 2 liters and just sat there drinking those. And that led to him passing out and having to go to the hospital, and... You know, last time I went to the emergency room, they charged me over $1,000 for fucking jack shit, so I can't imagine how much it costs for this guy to go in all the time. Yeah, I'm familiar with heat injuries. They happen a lot when you're in hot places in the army. Hey, does this S means that it's a short, right? I don't really know YouTube that well. These are all old videos, but they're being re-uploaded. Lucas uploads so much that this guy's had to do it in batches. Inappropriate. Oh no.
Oh hey, we're Generation Z bourgeoisie chicks. We're fun to fuck anybody. We're just gonna be sluts during the coronavirus. Oh, we're only gonna date dudes our own age unless he throws money at us. Yeah, we are for Bernie Sanders. Money is a problem, but give me all that money so I won't be an age-phobic, bigot, swastika-wearing, left-wing hypocrite. Herder!
Now, how could women not want to date someone who goes "erder" at them? Doesn't even make sense, does it? What is this? It's because I deleted my cookies. Now it's put me back on autoplay. Alright, there we go. If they really banged everyone, he wouldn't be so angry. Yeah, that's true. Lucas is so ridiculous. He was really like hyphy at this point. Like, he was pissed. He seems less mad now. I think he's on meds or something. Just look at these faces he's making. Oh, God. Yeah, that was his angle at the time. He was mad that people were having sex during coronavirus. Which, out of all the stupid things I heard about coronavirus, I never heard anyone say stop having sex. Nobody fucking said that, as far as I know. Just people like Lucas, and I'm sure Elliot Rodger would have said it if he was still around. And then the second he got his stimulus check, he just went around flashing it like it was his pocket change, and he's just like, where the party at? And then people try to point out, hey, Lucas, I thought you're supposed to be distancing. And he's just like, no. And like... It's ridiculous, because this whole thing is, you can't call me out for being a hypocrite. That doesn't apply to me. I call other people hypocrites, but if you point out my hypocrisy, no, it doesn't work that way. Which is funny, because it's like the definition of hypocrisy. So, like, he's a huge hypocrite about the word hypocrite. Yeah, Lucas is nuts here. 9 pounds of popcorn. Yeah, he had some unsavory people over. They stole all of his... They stole his money and his phone, I think. We had radio silence from the Werner for a while. I think eventually we were able to figure out that that's what happened. Man, that whole thing was hilarious. We were all just like, man, when he gets this money, watching him spend it is going to be a real riot. He didn't once try to hit on anyone. He's just like, hey, bring me a woman. I've got all this money. He doesn't even know how to, like, leverage it. Yeah, I can't believe he bought popcorn for the homeless shelter to spite me. It's like, oh, I guess that makes up for your being greedy all the time. The begging for money. I hate the fucking begging.
Oh yes, touche. I'm going to laugh at Lucas's bits because he's a real funny guy, but then immediately after that, I'm going to be confused while he walks away after I insult him. Boy, I'm a real bright one. I got the IQ of like a 3-year-old slut. Let me just fuck some more dudes during the coronavirus and say Jesus saves while I'm out there a walking disease.
I forgot about that one.
Ha ha ha. I'm a Generation Z chick. Oh yeah.
Anyone hear him say 3-year-old slut? Those words probably shouldn't go together. I don't know. Yeah, I remember this being called out at least. Yeah, that's pretty bad. 15 years to transfer my DNA. Standing outside of a place that's called Lovers.
Hey, look, it's backwards. Like, you think that they would make a camera to where, like, if you were to take...
Look at this dipshit. Look, it's backwards. No, it's not. Look at this. Alright, well, whatever.
Take pictures of letters and shit. It would be forwards, but no. They just keep it all backwards. Is it going to be forwards when I stop recording? Because I haven't done letters. Weird, isn't it? Anyway, I'm going to be 40 in 3 days.
He got distracted by how handsome he thinks he is, because he's got like an open sore on his face. I know, here I am making fun of him. I probably don't look that much better. Lucas is actually a horror cow, which is usually given to sexual deviants. I'm not sure if that's like the requirement or what. It's probably just that he's horrifying instead of funny. Not that he's not funny. Oh, man. Yeah, I've been out with a neck injury for a while. I'm feeling a lot better now, though. I couldn't even sit in my chair when it was bad. Alright, let's finish this, I guess.
If I were to have kids with a chick that was like 18 to 24, my kids would be 4 times healthier than average.
4 times healthier than average. There's no way he heard that from somewhere. He's fucking making this.
We don't need these basics and Nazis to even talk anymore. We're for Bernie, so don't make it a money thing, shithole.
Well, there's no helping Lucas. He's very mentally ill, and kind of like Chris Chan, like his mom ruined him by not giving him any limits, I guess. I don't know who Revelation News is. Should I?
What that means is I have 15 years to transfer my DNA to another.
Transfer my DNA. Then he gives us like this caveman look. Yeah, I think everyone who's too old for him is happy, but almost everyone's too old for him. I bet even Greta Thunberg's too old for him now. Oops. I set up. Yeah. I had to go buy a new computer so I could make videos again. My laptop broke, and it turns out nobody will repair laptops. Like, all these businesses went out of business during the pandemic, I think. And no way was I going to try to work on it myself. God.
You fucking clone.
The fan's making a bunch of noise. It's horrifyingly loud. There's no way that I could record on that computer, at the very least.
Need to just shut the fuck up. If language bothers you, yeah. If like, oh, I'm a sexual deviant, huh? Yeah, but you probably get cream pied every fucking day, so. Anyway, Amish. You have 15 years to make me happy. Look at this shit. It's all backwards. I don't understand that. They can't make a real camera?
Yeah, riveting content, right? You have 15 years to help him transfer his DNA. Oh, using a phone for editing? I don't know anything about that. I bought the cheapest phone they had. It was like $200. Well, everyone told me fixing a fan on a laptop would be hard and that they wouldn't work on it for me, so there's no chance I could do it. Yeah, is anyone having a drink? It's probably a little early on a Sunday, right? Yeah. It's crazy. So he says that he has 15 years because presumably he was 40 at the time, and his narrative is that you have healthier kids if you're 40 to 55. It's not true, of course. Like, nobody who's actually a scientist would say this. It was, like, true that, like, what he says about the sperm telomeres, but it's like, babies don't need those telomeres. They have another way to, like, replenish them or something. And also, there's a ton of things that can go wrong with an older father. It increases risk of things like autism. No, the fan's like slamming around in there. It makes a ton of noise, and my computer's obviously trying to die. Like, I think it would have overheated and died, except that I have it on this base with an extra fan. So it doesn't die, but, yeah. Yeah, he will commit suicide if he doesn't get laid within his time frame. Which is an amazingly long time. Imagine saying, I have 15 years to get laid. It's like, what? I mean, if you made it 15 days, it might be difficult, but what? What? I don't know. I just know that I'm not going to open up my laptop. I am really stupid at this stuff, and I was just going to pay someone else to do it, but I guess I can't. I took it to Staples, and they're like, we don't work on laptops anymore. Like, all they do is replace RAM, which, if I had to replace RAM, I'm sure I could do that. That's really simple, but... Has he ever gotten laid? Yeah. Yeah, I think it's... He was in a relationship with this older woman for, like, a year and a half, I think. Focused on his mental health. Lucas's version of focusing on his mental health is getting institutionalized on purpose and then getting out and saying, I did that so I could hit on young women. Which of course means vulnerable young women who aren't right in the head at the moment. He has like no filter about what a creep he is. Yeah, I don't know. I'd let someone look at my laptop, but it's got all my stuff on it. I need it. But I bought this computer for $160, I think. Like, it was cheaper than this chair, which is crazy to me. Cheaper than my fucking phone. I had to replace, like, a lot of stuff, so I don't know if it ended up being cheap, but... But I just thought I'd try buying a cheap computer and only using it for work. It's been okay. Yeah, I mean, I might as well try to stream more often. I think people liked my streams, I just never did them. I haven't posted a video in a while, but I'm gonna have to here. I've been watching my mom's dog all week. I think I'm just not going to use laptops if I have the choice from now on. They're pretty expensive, and they're always worse than a desktop. Well, make sure you make your kids 9 pounds of popcorn so they know you're not greedy. I gotta not laugh after I say things. It's pretty off-putting. I'm not always, like, available. Sometimes I just don't talk to anyone for, like, a week. Yeah, I used to have to go back and forth for work, but now that I'm living in the same place all the time, I don't really need a laptop as much. Hey, glad to see everyone's showing up. I haven't done anything good in this stream yet, but I guess just touching base is better than not talking to people. I don't currently have a day job. I just have some hustles. I wish I had figured out how to make money on the internet sooner. It's better than working, that's for sure. I used to be a caregiver. Happy birthday to me. Join me on Patreon.
Today is November 20th.
Man, if I had that big sore on my face, I definitely wouldn't make any videos with my face in it until it was gone. I guess that's not really how Warren's feeling. Hey, Enui Blue, thank you for the super chat. Hey, my back's feeling pretty good, relatively. I'm probably, like, similar to how I was beforehand. It just makes a lot more cracking noises now. I was thinking about it, you know? People get in car wrecks and mess their neck up worse than this all the time, and they manage to recover from it, so I should recover if I just take it easy on myself for a bit.
My father's 68th birthday. Tomorrow is November 27th, my 40th birthday. I just set up a Patreon today. Well, yesterday. And I have one patron, the $3 level. Thank you.
He has one patron who is definitely not someone from Kiwi Farms reposting his content to laugh about.
I will provide the link to my new Patreon in the description below. Today is November.
I'm so glad I wasn't actually working a labor job when this happened. Because I couldn't even, lean forward to record for, the longest time without hurting myself. I have no idea if it was Wernology. Probably not, but who knows. Oh, my hair looks good. I had someone who wasn't a professional cut it, and then I just let it grow out for 3 years, so it should theoretically look terrible right now. A $15,000 tier. I forgot about that. That's fucking amazing.
26, my father's 68th birthday. Tomorrow is November 27th, my 40th.
Right, November 27th. Yeah, I think I should get a... Well, thank you. I think I should get, I don't know, one of those arms for a mic or something. I'm using a Blue Snowball, which is supposed to be a podcasting mic. I don't know if it's supposed to be used to record videos. I do a lot of editing. That's why my sound sounds so good. You know, I edit the time in between my sentences and edit out my breathing and stuff like that. I think I've had short hair while being a YouTuber. I mean, okay, I've been on YouTube for 5 years now, I think. And I've been doing it professionally for most of it. It's my dad's birthday, so give me money. Well, it was his birthday. I do like Lucas trying to leverage his parents, who are very normal people as far as I can tell. You know, they're able to have a very comfortable retirement, at least. And Lucas thinks that's the most amazing thing in the world because he doesn't have shit. He's not even allowed to have shit. Like, if he had too much money, he'd get in trouble for it. Now, I'm not saying I agree with that, but in Lucas's case, I don't have a problem with it. I mean, it doesn't matter. Lucas would never be able to save money. $100 if you're nice to me. 100 versus Christians. Which one should I go with? Enjoy your fuck sesh. Well, this should be good. My dad deserves grandchildren. Yeah, what the fuck kind of shit is that? Can anyone even imagine saying such a thing? It's like, Lucas, I think it's your problem. And I guess your brother's that there aren't going to be any grandchildren. I don't know. I'm not going to give anybody grandchildren either, presumably, but I'm not out there screaming about it. I mean, how could you possibly want to have kids when you have absolutely nothing? You're like, hey, I'm living at the homeless shelter, but have my child right now. It's like, Christ. He wouldn't even be allowed to have kids there. I don't know. Oh, Lucas is not an only child. He has two brothers that he doesn't get along with. Surprise. One of them seems to be like this right-wing conspiracy theorist nut, and the other one's a teacher. I use a picture of you for video thumbnails? Which one is that? Yeah, I just use like old pictures of nice guy slash neckbeards. Real stock stuff at this point. I've only had a few times where people got mad at me for using them or their relatives. A lot of these pictures are like satire, and I know that, and not everyone does. Oh my fucking god, really? That was a goon picture, right? You're a goon? I think that's where I found that. Yeah, it's a good one. Awesome. Yeah, no, it's not a cool thing to be a goon like Ariel thinks. Man, I really like those Two Worlds videos. I might make one more of them, but I'm running out of content. Somebody with the Twitter name Two Worlds followed me on Twitter, and I have no idea if it's the same guy. Probably not. You'd think he'd want to distance himself from that, but...
I haven't had sex in 8 years. Do you know what's better?
I haven't had sex in 8 years. Make videos on someone like Cyrax or Narcissa, right? I don't know Cyrax, really. I mean, I've seen him before. He's the one who's like 5 feet tall. The one who's 5 feet tall who isn't Ethan Ralph, I guess. Yeah, I'll do more Predators. I really want to do that. As for Narcissa, yeah. I do follow Narcissa, kind of. It gets old. Narcissa mostly just tries to act deep on Twitter. Reading creepypastas? I don't have anything against it. It's just I usually cover stuff that I'm interested in, and I'm not really a creepypasta reader. I feel like I have a hunched back right now. Alright. However, I'm not 5 feet tall. I'll just say that. I think I have lost like half an inch. I think I used to be 6'2". Then I did weightlifting without a belt and the army and stuff. I don't know why I'm streaming. I bought this webcam. It was like $70 and I was like, hey, let's try this shit out.
Better than sex? You sit down and have a conversation with a chick and get to know her. Because sex will burn out your fucking pleasure gland or whatever in your brain. Like crackane will. Oh, I love how urban pollution is...
Wait, the original Elliot Rodger. I mean, I know I have to make some stuff for you, but I thought the original Elliot Rodger was that George Sedini. I covered him a really long time ago, but it was, you know, on my old channel with a shitty mic using Windows Movie Maker with my skills at that time. I mean, I should probably cover all this stuff again, right? People used to call going Elliot Rodger going Sedini before that, I think. At least the incels. He predates Sedini. Wow. No, it's not a mole on his chin. That's some sort of a zit that he picked at or something. It's something that he picked at. And here he is, like, stroking his face like he's attractive. It's like, dude, maybe wait till that scab goes away. The fat liberation movement. Now, that's what my ex always wanted me to talk about. I think I made one Fat Logic video and she hated it, and then I just didn't do it again. Right, I always see you over on Twitter, just like interacting with these workout slash anti fat acceptance people.
50% caused by cars. And yet, the left wing, even, like my people, still out there, like, killing bees with that shit. I don't really like polluters. I don't like the fact that my soda is in a bottle that doesn't biodegrade.
What's Lucas's solution to that exactly? I don't know this Andrew Tate, actually. A decent relationship. Well, the thing is, he was like 28 when he had his relationship. I don't know. The timelines don't really add up. I understand. I don't think we'll ever fully know. But when he got out of that, he was like, wow, she was way older than me and fat and ugly anyway, basically. I don't mean to talk shit about Suzanne. She probably doesn't want to remember dating a 30-year-old toddler who got abusive eventually, but it's like, he's like, hey, now that I'm cool, now that I finally got laid at the age of 27, now I can find an 18-year-old girlfriend who's hot. And it's just like, no, you can't. You're just going to look creepy now. I know. What Lucas thinks of music? I've only seen him... he tries to quote... he likes industrial. He tries to quote Nine Inch Nails a lot, but he gets the lyrics wrong every time, so I don't know how into it he is. Yeah, I know. That's what Abby wanted from me. Was for me to cover the really sensational posts that I didn't believe were real. And when I didn't do that, it's like, oh, you made the video wrong. And I'm like, I didn't fucking believe those posts. The people were obviously joking.
I don't like the fact that I'm addicted to caffeine. Not like I used to be, but I don't really like that.
It's funny. Addicted to caffeine. Lucas blamed caffeine on the event that got him his domestic violence charge. Now that's pathetic. If you're not allowed to blame alcohol, good fucking luck with caffeine. He's like, oh, I had too many sodas that day. It's like, what is he, a toddler? What a joke. I know the caffeine's not the part that's killing him, realistically.
I don't like chicks that come up and like, fuck you to me. And, oh, here's something. Somebody jumped off the bridge here. And everybody's like, why'd he fucking do that? Well, I mean, let's say you're Gen X and you really like Gen Z chicks and you don't have enough money, but it's a rising ideal of socialism, but they'll still judge you on not being their religion or having enough money or the fact that you're older. But you have the audacity to call people incels. Hook me up with a chick and I'll give you $100. I want to like...
Okay, somebody says, hook me up with a chick and I'll give you $100. How can you not call them an incel? It's required. My fucking God. Yeah, does anyone want to hear the story about Lucas's domestic violence charge? Give me a second. I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. Oh. Yeah, alright. Alright, let's cover the domestic violence charge real quick. And we don't have, like, an accurate portrayal of this incident. This vile incident, as Elliot Rodger might call it. But Lucas got pissed off and threw a glass at the wall, or slid a glass at the wall, at a local restaurant in Tumwater, I think. A fail Wernologist. Yeah, well, there's certainly people that don't like me on Kiwi Farms, because I don't... Because I don't actively slander trans people under my legal name like they'd expect me to, but... No, I have a pretty good grasp on this. I think people agree with what I'm saying. So Suzanne had told Lucas that he wasn't allowed to get violent, which is a great sign for someone. I've never had a partner tell me that I'm not allowed to get violent. It's just like, why would I? If I get violent, there's a reason. So she kicked him out over this incident, and he just refused to leave. And he was there for, like, what was it, a week? A couple weeks? A week, maybe? And she eventually had to call the cops. He's like, oh, yeah, I was still doing the chores and everything during this time. I just stayed. And she called the cops to kick him out. And he acts like the cops just joked around with him, but I doubt it. Yeah, they reacted with either autistic or dumb. I got a couple hearts from people who obviously didn't want to say anything out loud, but... So he got kicked out by the cops. And this wasn't the charge either. No, he walked into her place of work a while later. Just because he happened to be in the area, he said. And maybe he was hopped up on caffeine this time, too. And yelled at her. And this is the time when they're like, okay. Yeah, she had a restraining order. He violated the restraining order to go yell at her at work. That's what it was. So then they gave him the ankle bracelet. And he's on his social media, just like... just like, oh, woe is me. I have to live with this ankle bracelet. I get money from the government and they're just taking it back. What's the point? And it's like, well, you still had the money and they took it. It pissed you off. That's the point. What are you fucking talking about? Yeah, I never expected people on Kiwi Farms to be that nice. It's Lucas's fault I'm even there. Like, I would be reading it anyway, but he started making videos about me, and I'm like, well, I might have to rebut something. His claims about me were so stupid that I never actually had to rebut any of them. He just kept calling me religious and a sexual Puritan and stuff. I'm like, what? I'm not religious. Where'd you get that from my videos? Eventually, he started saying I'm an alcoholic, and I'm like, oh, what was the first fucking clue? Those streams where I get wasted on Four Loko while making fun of your videos? Wow, I sure seem to be ashamed of it, huh? Yeah. It's alright, it's not like I monetize my streams or anything. Hey, 92 concurrent viewers. That's pretty good. It blows my mind when I watch some of these lolcows, because they'll be streaming to like 6 people, and I have no idea how anyone got the footage from it. Yeah, I suppose I was college age when I was drinking Four Locos, but when I was actually in college, I was too poor for them, so I was drinking Hurricane instead. It was funny because Lucas didn't even say what he had an ankle monitor for. And you know where your mind goes when you hear someone got an ankle monitor. You know what you think. So being vague about it was not doing him any favors. I mean, not that violating a restraining order doesn't make him the creepiest creep to ever creep, but they're going to think he touched a child, trust me. So Lucas has the best PR, obviously. MD 2020 is not as cheap in Washington State as you would like it to be. I can tell you that much. The best. And I can't drink beer. I need at least malt liquor. It's got to be at least 8%. And beer that's 8% is usually pretty expensive. I sound like a huge alcoholic. It's not like I drink every day anymore. Yeah, I know. Get this. There was a point where he was actually making his videos in a porta potty. And I think it was because of that one guy who walked by. Lucas is just ranting about misogyny. Oh, you hate women. Leftist in name only, which no one ever says. Like the term is Republican in name only. No one on the left says that. And some guy walked by and was just like, shut the fuck up, faggot. And Lucas just like immediately backed down. And no, he didn't re-record. He just acted like it didn't happen and finished the video. And he could have edited that out on his phone if he was less incompetent, but he didn't do that either. It was amazing. He just left that in there. Some guy making him look like a little bitch in his video. Okay, the filming the workplaces of women, that's what Dream Chaser said. And Dream Chaser is obviously a crazy person. She was acting like she had all these friends in Spokane who'd been stalked by him. But it turns out she lives on the East Coast. So, you can't really trust anything.
Sit down and have a conversation in a nice...
Dream Chaser is some woman who started making videos mocking Lucas. And the fact that a woman was making videos means that she pissed him off way more than I ever did. Even though she didn't deconstruct his entire existence like I did. Yeah, it was pretty funny. My goal was never to piss Lucas off. I didn't actually expect him to see my videos. I make my videos to entertain my my fans, I guess. Whatever my viewers are. I've never once made a video so that somebody else would see it. I know I kind of address Lucas now because he's addressed me, but... I think he also realizes that he got half of his subscribers from my videos, so... he should be thanking me, really. The stupid word he was trying to get out. I brought it to more people. Lured Lucas to Vegas. I don't know. It probably wouldn't have changed anything. I'm sure somebody still would have bought him a bus ticket back and he'd be getting catfished on the bus back again. You know, just like he did. They mentioned that when he was going to meet with his Mia, that he supposedly was gonna how do I say hook up with? Yeah, I don't know. This Mia girl that he was supposed to go see, he was like hitting on other women while he was on the flight to see her. Maybe not while he was on the flight. While he was on the trip. I'm like, damn. And we only know this because, like, the people who are catfishing him are from Kiwi Farms. Is that right? I am pretty sure Mia was picked because of the reference to Christian. I mean, everyone knows it's a catfish. There's no 22-year-old Native American woman who's really into Bernie Sanders that wants Lucas. Lucas's views are horrendous. They're completely incongruent with anything that Bernie Sanders has ever said, of course. I've always wanted to hear Bernie, like, denounce Lucas. I'm sure he wouldn't because he doesn't want to pick on the mentally ill, but, like, this guy is just so full of himself. How can you not pick on him? Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Gotten arrested. Yeah, well, I don't know. Yeah, Lucas changes what he wants to do day to day. I love when he's doing his whole leftist shtick, and then the next day he's like, oh, these swishy guys. He's basically just coming short of calling them gay, but kind of calling them gay. He's just like, yeah, I'm a man, I'm tough. And it's like, Lucas, you admitted that you've never been in an actual fight. What's so tough about you? We can see you walking around talking into your phone and getting out of breath just doing that.
This restaurant and get to know another human being that I am biologically inclined to breed with one day. Or, split it 50-50. Like, her 50, you get like $200 for like...
I'd assume Lucas can vote, but he didn't. He didn't! This fucking guy who sits here yelling about Bernie Sanders didn't even bother to vote. Now, I know, I don't bother to vote because the Electoral College means that your vote doesn't matter, and I'm pretty pissed about that. But I don't think Lucas knows that. He doesn't know anything. He didn't bother to vote. I mean, like I said, Washington hasn't voted for a Republican since like the 70s. It's not going to happen, but... he should at least do it as part of his virtue signaling. I mean, he walks around town all day and just doesn't go to a voting place. That's great.
Like 4 months of dating. Sex is one thing, but a conversation. No good? Yeah, okay, whatever. Enjoy your fucking COVID-19 fuck session, idiots.
No one said not to have sex during COVID, Lucas. Oh my god. Go loiter around the polls. I'd imagine he probably did, right? I'm clearly not a woman hater. Alright, let's hear his proof.
I got called a misogynist yesterday on YouTube, which is really weird to me because my friend on Instagram has identified as genderqueer and a woman and is sending me the board game Feast for Odin for my birthday. And I have another gay female friend that's in Canada that's sending me a gift for my birthday. I've called out Bernie bros, people on my side who are married, for using terms like bad bitch. If you think I'm gonna dock...
Bad bitch is a word that women like. Or is a term that women like. Are you fucking kidding me? I was saying bad bitch misogynist. This guy's so out of touch. It's ridiculous. This is why he's not a misogynist.
Dox my friends? You're stupid.
So just because it has the word bitch in it, like women haven't taken that back in certain contexts. Alright, what else we got? Hey, has anyone been seeing Marshall Mathers the fourth lately? This guy is losing it. So like we were talking about the first Elliot Rodger, but this guy was supposed to be the next Elliot Rodger. Only thing I'm honestly happy about is the fact that the percentage of black-pilled incel men are rising in numbers. We're getting larger and larger over time. We're becoming the biggest group of men in the entire world. So we're only going to keep on increasing the more time goes on, and that's what makes me truly happy. I said he was doing better because he got a job, but he only kept the job for a couple months, and he made posts about how he was staring at the girls there, so... He thought they didn't notice. I don't know if that's true or not. Leave me the fuck alone. Fuck off. Stay the fuck away from me. I swear you're all beating a dead horse here. Honestly, I'm not kidding. You lead a horse to water, but you cannot make it drink. That's the fucking feeling I get from so many of you messed up pricks who can literally all go fuck yourselves. Oh, and then he posted this. Women are literally insane. I don't care what anyone says. They have such a weird double standard that makes no logical sense. Okay, explain this fucking meme to me. Like what? Everyone here's a killer, but they just put Jeremy Meeks in on the side because he's attractive? Wasn't he like a thief or something? Also, women talk about how hot Elliot was all the time. I don't believe them, but they do. And Bundy was rejected. Yeah, I don't believe any of this crap. I mean, obviously, any guy who goes on a killing spree is gonna... But what are they gonna do? Fucking... Are any of these people even alive? Yeah, I could definitely see that. I don't think someone like Marshall really has the wherewithal to look at women without without making it really obvious. I could accept that Elliot Rodger was cute, but he's not like the attractive, good writer that people like make him out to be nowadays. I mean, his problem wasn't what he looked like, obviously. It was how shy he was, how off-putting he was, but... Like, women can't exactly sense, oh, this person hates me, but, you know, they can kind of get it if there's a lot of vitriol. He snapped because women rejected him? I don't know that much about Ted Bundy. I know that he's a Sonichu. And he hangs out with Robert Chu. Yeah, I mean, it's not like Marshall doesn't have any problems, but he acts like he's a concentration camp victim or something. He's like, you don't understand my suffering, when he's had a very average life. All right, get ready because this is quite a post here. I think I tweeted this, but there we go. Women back then, just like the perfect princesses from these very old classic fairy tales of stories, used to be modest, pure, innocent, humble, meek. They knew their damn place in the world. They were happy to be housewives. Women back then in the 50s, 40s, 30s, 1920s, 1910s, early 1900s, and even earlier, the more you went back in time, the more you'll see and realize that women were even angelic. Like, seriously, they were like angels. They had traditional styles, values, and beliefs. They were so very flawless compared to the completely uncontrollable, promiscuous, provocative, slutty, masculine, intimidating women of today, who have no limitations, no pushback at all whatsoever, no barriers to how badly they behave or act or dress or talk. Women since the mid to late 60s till now have become the shallow remains of their former selves. They'll never be the same. It's too late for them to ever change and go back to their old ways, and they'll only continue to get worse. You'll see whether you want to take my word for it or not. You'll see it come to pass, and the most unfortunate thing is there's nothing I can do about it, especially being just one guy in person. Yeah, he was supposed to be the next Elliot. I don't find that he's as pissed as Elliot was, but he's 25 now and he's still a virgin and he complains about it a lot. But he doesn't, like, get frothing at the mouth mad about the word virgin. He's willing to use it. And that's kind of how Elliot was. This total G of a short man said one of the most base things to the tall woman interviewer near the end of this video, so please watch it. This short guy honestly has my utmost respect, and he's a real one for at least trying to make a stand. Man, this guy was a nut job. He thought someone slighted him in a bagel shop, so he went on a rant about his dating life. Are you fucking kidding me? I did think it was funny that they sent like this 6-foot-tall woman to interview him, and it was pretty striking. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I can't relate. I've never been short. I'm sure it sucks, but like, you're not going to make things better by going off on a rant in a bagel shop. Although the guy that tackled him was also pretty cringe. Like, that wasn't necessary. What the fuck? Laughing at the situation was appropriate. I don't know that tackling the guy was. I was able to laugh at the whole thing, though, so I guess that's a plus. I know I'm not getting through much content here. I love when Jesus wrecked the temple and drove the people who were trying to turn that place a marketplace to make money out of the temple. This was awesome. Yeah, it was. I'm only showing this one because Lucas complained about it. He spent all of Easter one time complaining about how Jesus deserved to be crucified because he whipped people and tortured them in the temple. And it's like, that's not what he was doing. In fact, I think it was only one of the Gospels, who even, two of them that mentioned this. So we don't even know what happened. But the whip wasn't to torture people, it was to drive out livestock. I don't know. Not to defend Jesus or anything, but Lucas is such an edgelord that he has to spend all of Easter talking shit about Jesus. It's amazing. Hell awaits the merciless. Like, what does it even mean when this really proud atheist keeps complaining that you're going to go to hell? It's like, you don't even believe in hell. How are you going to use that against me? Go to hell. Wow, this should be a good one. Man.
Well, I'm not going to lie.
You know how I don't really, Yeah, there I go. Lucas mentions the Bible every 2 seconds, and he complains about everyone else doing it. What's
Lie. Sometimes I absolutely hate people. Let me run through the things people have said. Why I can't date.
That's a pretty good one.
A lot of it boils down to maybe...
I know, they were having the Easter egg hunt across the street from my mom's house, and she's like, what's that over there? I'm like, oh, I could pull out the binoculars, and then all these kids run around, and they start the egg hunt. I'm like, I'm not looking at these kids with binoculars. It's going to be creepy as shit. Hey, what's going on? Good that everyone could show up. I know I haven't done anything in a while, but we've got 100 concurrent viewers. That's pretty good. I think. I've only ever gotten like 200, but this isn't exactly prime time. Yeah, my voice isn't the best today either. I should probably be drinking my lemon water.
Be my past behavior, or the fact that they won't forgive me, which is weird to me because 75% of the country.
Isn't that that whole thing where you end your sentences really prominently by going upward? That means you're like, what, lying or being being deceptive at least. So that's great. I'm sure I've been doing it right. Hey, what's going on? This should be a fun stream. I don't know, it's 1 p.m. here. I'm used to my time. Oh, it's Big Mike Shirley. I know that name because I say it when I read out my patrons. What's going on? Upward inflection, yeah. So that means they're being like duplicitous in some way, right? I'm not really an expert on this stuff. I've been watching a lot of true crime lately. Somebody told me I should do a true crime podcast, and I'm like, maybe I should. I've got things, like cases that nobody has covered that I wanted to hear about. Like, my cousin got murdered. It was a pretty horrible case, actually. I could talk about that. Yeah, true crime's great. Makes me feel like my own life's doing better. Or going better. California. Yeah, no, I just have to not be, like, as jokey as I usually am. You know, they wouldn't be as comedy videos. I've only made a few serious videos. Like, my original Elliot Rodgers series was serious. And I have thought about making like a more serious video about Elliot because I get a lot of comments from people like, "Oh, you're just making fun of him again. The normies made fun of him his whole life and now they won't stop mocking him." And it's like, he did some pretty fucked up shit, right? I mean, nobody he killed were the people he wanted to kill. He didn't kill a single sorority girl. He killed his roommates that he had no problem with, except that they were gross and Asian or whatever. South Sound area? Nice. So you're in the state with Lucas too. Man. I've never actually been to Spokane. I've driven past it a few times. It's a pretty big city. Yeah, Elliot, I'm not I forget what exactly he was. Huh. Well, his mother's name was Li Chin, right? Was she not Chinese? Yeah, it was Sumaya's family that was from Morocco. I don't know, maybe he was Chinese. I don't mean to be racist or anything, but yeah, Elliot hated the fact that he was half Asian. He wanted to be entirely British and tall like his dad. And his dad wasn't like... His dad made decent money. He was okay at getting with women or whatever. No, I've never lived in Texas. I don't know if you're thinking about Base Shaman. Maybe. I've been here in Washington pretty much the whole time when I wasn't in the Army. Which was only a couple years, really. I don't know why I talk about it so much.
Are Christians. And you look at the Bible and...
It makes that noise when someone flushes the toilet upstairs. It's something I used to have to record around. Alright.
And the book of Jeremiah is all about forgiveness. They'll say I don't have a personality. Oh, please, look at my videos. How many characters I've portrayed. How many, like, false things have I said and done. Out of being a character, you know. We're all, like, straight up get profane and use homophobic terms as a character to display.
Here he is. This fucking idiot. Oh yeah, every time I do anything, I'm just playing a character. You know, I make this video yelling homophobic slurs, and the reason I did it was to look stupid, because I think that's stupid. And I'm like, yeah, sure, that's exactly what you were doing. No, I've never met Lucas in person, and I would not care to. I've had the chance, like, people have asked me if I wanted to talk to him on stream before, and I say no. I don't think he wants to talk to me either. He doesn't have anything to say about me either. His claims about me are so bizarre sometimes. I'm not exactly sure where he'd get that I'm religious. Yeah, I know, like, we don't have Alex Jones out there doing that right now. I don't know if Alex Jones is a lolcow. Probably. He has to deny everything that he's been professing, which I would feel like they made me look like a bitch if that was me, but I don't know how he feels. I suppose so.
How, you know, the youth of today, even liberals and left-wingers, will insult people by calling them faggots. Or
by calling them faggots. He's so bad at saying this word. I would punch him. No, like, getting in a fight with a lolcow pretty much makes you just as bad as them. I don't think Lucas would, like, start a fight. He said he'd punch my teeth out, but he'd probably just back down. Like, did you see EDP when he went to go get those cupcakes? And they confronted him, and he's just like, oh. That's how Lucas would act. I'm sure of it. Alright, I'll be right back. Hey, Wordology, what's going on? There's nothing too interesting going on. I have to interact with chat a lot because I haven't been here in a while. Let me play this.
retards, which is against the whole idea of inclusion among the left wing, and the Republicans are just stupid and they're bigots too. Yeah, you're really a liberal when you call people a faggot, okay? Whatever. So,
all like the goofy videos I've had of me, like, you know, dancing around my bedroom and stuff, and you sit there and say I have no personality when you wear a flat bill baseball cap and look and act like everybody else. So I sit there and mock you and how you just like make up words and speak in slang all the time, when I'm pretty much fluent in your Gen Z slang. You know, I could whip that out like there's no tomorrow. No personality, kind of like you're Christian and you have Christ-like behavior when you completely lack humility. See, that's the thing. People think they're Christians because they believe in God. See, there's a difference between believers and Christians, Republicans, Democrats, socialists even, alike. Which most Gen Z people are socialist leaning. Till you whip out that car or credit card, right? And then you get all of it.
Thank you for the super chat. Dreadlocks. Yeah, of course. I gotta interact with chat. That's probably why I avoid the stream so much, because I don't feel like talking, but... Hey, no problem. I thought this might be fun. Man, my setup needs some work. I just hooked up some of this stuff. Alright. I do not look quite as much like shit as I used to, but you can probably see that my hair is way too big. I'm starting to look like William Murderface out here. What, you think so? I don't know. Oh yeah, I remember what I was going to say earlier. You see how all these videos are age restricted? It's actually incredibly hard to have a video be age restricted. Like, I don't really pull any punches, and I read a lot of really hateful posts, and I have never once had a video be age restricted. I did on my old channel once, and they reviewed it and decided it shouldn't be. That's how hard it is to get a video age restricted, and like half of Lucas's are. Like, what a fucking dick. Yeah, I'm in a relationship. I don't really talk about that stuff.
Vagina. Yeah. No, technically you don't even have to believe in God to be a Christian. Because it's in John 13:34. It's very clear what you have to do to believe in God, to be a Christian. To believe in God is one thing. It's like believing in Santa Claus. But if your behavior is shit, you're not truly a Santa Clausist. You know what I mean? You're not really about the spirit of Christmas when your behavior is shit, even if you believe as a 6-year-old that Santa Claus exists. If your behavior is bad. You have to be loving, kind, compassionate, forgiving, friendly, smart, understanding, compassionate, in order to consider yourself a Christian.
Right,
there's a difference
you,
between a Christian and a believer.
27? Yeah, I guess that's not
Oh,
that
a magic
many.
man in the sky's going to wipe away my sins, so I'm just going to join the mafia.
It's really hard to get age restricted.
Like the Italian or Russian mafia, which are all Christians. But no, then you look in prison, and most people in prison are Christians.
Most people in prison are Christians. Citation needed. I mean, I know that the stereotype is finding Jesus in prison, but to say that most people in prison are Christians, that's, I don't know, I might need to see some stats on that, Lucas. Do you know why Lucas decided that he was an atheist? This is one of the cringiest things that he's ever decided. And so... After he had sex for the first time, he decided that it felt so good that there was no way that a god could make him feel that way, so there must be no god. Which is probably Christians. Thank God that's not true. You know, most people would probably come to, like, the opposite conclusion. Oh, there must be a god because something felt so good. But Lucas is like, there can't be a god. Yeah, this doesn't make sense. I know. I am going to make a Chris Chan video soon. I was thinking I might call it Chris Chan is a ghoul or something. Because Chris Chan wrote this letter disparaging Barb and talking about how she's... not using those words, being way more offensive about it, but talking about the deer in the headlights look and how she's not all there. And it's like, Chris, what are you admitting to this? This Heilberg guy, the lawyer, must be pissed about these letters. Marshall? Man, that kid is losing it. Even without the content, Lucas is still being catfished all the time. Doesn't surprise me. I don't think anyone interacts with him in person. Yeah, Marshall needs some help. He really needs some help. And he's not going to accept it either. Oh, this is a Mike's Harder Lemonade. I decided to go a little slow here. I drank a fifth of vodka last night. Dare me to drive. He's been bitching about the trolls a lot. I haven't really looked at his comments, but... I don't know. These people always get so pissed off when you tell them to get a job, but it's like... I don't walk around acting like everyone has to have a job. We only tell people to get a job when they're bitching about not having any money, because that's the solution. Yes, Marshall is being a proud furry. Now, I know a lot about furries, obviously. I'm from Something Awful back in the day. They used to have this big vendetta against all furries or whatever. So, I know what I'm talking about. Not everyone who's a furry makes it a fetish. However, everything is a fetish for Marshall. And everything is a fetish that has to be told to people. It's ridiculous. Because he got into trouble back in, well, not into trouble, but people started picking on him back in high school because he told everyone about his fetishes, assumedly the fart and burp ones, because those were his originals. Oh, no, I haven't talked to Shaman. And here he is telling people, oh, I'm a furry, and just assumedly, you know, it's a fetish for him. He's like, yeah, I'm attracted to this. And the characters are fucking bizarre. Well, maybe I should show you. Yeah, you know, he might be some sort of a human... Well, I can show this. He showed it on YouTube. I'm like, is that porn? It must not be. Sexy-ass Dolly from 101 Dalmatian Street show burping gif. Damn, this burping gif is so hot, makes me so hard all the time. I would love her to do that right in my face. I don't know this show. It's obviously some recent-ish Disney show based on 101 Dalmatians. He's just like, oh, it's so hot. I want this dog to burp in my face. It's like, even the people that have these weird furry fetishes, they don't, like, show everyone outside of the community and just be like, you have to accept it. This guy is getting himself picked on. And then the other one that I wanted to say, Kanga from Winnie the Pooh. I love being an incel, a fucking menace to society. This should have been this would be like a great picture to use as a thumbnail for the stream. Gets off on the negative attention. I feel like every lolcow must to some extent. He's like one of a bunch of kids, I think. He probably doesn't get that much attention from his parents. At least not much positive attention. Here's his comment from a video about Kanga. Kanga turned me on so much in this movie. Whoever voiced her sounded so attractive. I became a furry ever since this movie, and now I'm 25 and still a proud furry. Which got a heart from whoever uploaded it. Which one? Yeah, Kanga, who I'm not really that familiar with Winnie the Pooh. I mean, why would I be? But isn't she supposed to be a motherly figure? Like, that's the whole point of her. She's the only one who has a kid. Yes, from Winnie the Pooh. Piglet's big movie, I guess. I don't know. It says it right here. I've never seen it, but it's like... Was she supposed to be sexy? I'm finding that kind of, like, unlikely. A single mom. Yeah, there you go. I think that's what I wanted to show you about Marshall. He's really losing it. He needs to stop yelling about his fetishes. He doesn't... It's not that he's doing it under his real name, but everyone knows what his real name is. Like, he has a very small thread on Kiwi Farms. People have already doxed him a number of times. I don't know. Sometimes women are attracted to guys that act like you are. The Kanga thing is harder to imagine for me. Yeah, I don't know what Marshall wants from Kanga, but it shouldn't be spoken about, that's for sure. This guy has a dog. You gotta keep him away from it. There you go.
But you just have to believe, right? No, that's not the people in the park preaching about how you have to only believe in Jesus, or at fairs, state fairs, you only have to believe in Jesus in order to be saved, or lying to you. You have to be loving, kind, compassionate, understanding, forgiving.
Bullshit. I went to church so many times and they say you only have to believe in or accept Jesus. Hey, thank you very much, Yoked Nick. What's going on? Yeah, I've paid for my drink already. That's all I expect, right? Don't worry, I do want to make more content. I'm just thinking that maybe I put maybe a little too much effort into the editing and I could put out more content if I calmed it down a little and relaxed my standards. I'm drinking Mike's Harder. Yeah. I don't know, I get pretty sloppy when I'm drinking multiple Locos during a stream. I don't want to lash out at my chat or anything. Yeah, I don't think nice guys are going anywhere. That's a subject I like.
Smart, do good deeds. So I look at that as to what it really is, my fellow atheists, because when one's behavior contradicts with one's own instruction manual.
Yeah, and you know, I actually look at religion pretty analytically like Lucas because I was raised in it. It's obvious why they say that you only have to accept Jesus. It's because if it was impossible to get into heaven for someone, they'd do all sorts of fucked up shit because it's already over anyway. That's what people do when they're in for life in prison. And they're like, no, we'll just tell them they can get in anyway. Yeah, it'll be fine. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not always the nicest person. I tone myself down a bit for my videos.
That's where the problem comes in. So what I realize is like the people that like hate on me usually aren't Generation Z because they're not doing it directly. Are you really loving? What's your phone number, girlfriend? Are you going to troll me? Oh, lies and deceit. Read Ephesians 4:29, Christian.
I could afford a haircut. I just haven't felt like going. Oh, did I? Man, somebody should have warned me I had this on my face still. What the fuck? That's how well I'm doing right now. Am I losing my voice here? I haven't been working as much lately, but... yeah. Oh, it's getting ridiculous. Alright. When did I say that? Because I've been growing it long for like years now. I would have said it was the pandemic. I haven't gotten out much. I didn't gain a bunch of weight during the pandemic, but I lost like 10 pounds. I'm probably in worse shape. That's fine.
Read about 119 other verses about lies and deceit,
119.
Christian.
Right.
See, that's what I mean. You have an instruction manual for their behavior. If they are bad people, you can call them out for their shit. You know, you could use the Bible to justify just about everything from feminism to misogyny as well. Not saying...
Yes, you can use the Bible to justify anything. He's onto something here. I doubt he's going to draw the correct conclusion from that he should shut the fuck up, but, you know, whatever. Yeah, he's probably high. He used to smoke a lot of joints. I've seen a lot of people gain a lot of weight over the pandemic, but I think everyone mostly just got in worse shape. Lucas needs help. You know, the thing is, you can't get help unless you are willing to accept it in this country, at least. They won't force people to do anything. Like, somebody can just go to the point where they're screaming in the streets and running around and making people uncomfortable, and that's still not a reason to force them to take medicine. And I don't exactly... Well, Lucas doesn't have to pay for anything. Like, he's probably cost the state so much money. And I don't even care about, like, his SSI or his food stamps. But the medical... Like, every time he goes into the hospital, it's probably like $50,000. It's fucking ridiculous. Oh, yeah, Wernology. You're, like, small now, right? Oh, wait. I meant, Actually, I don't know what you were up to. I was thinking teacup recipes. Better that members of Kiwi Farms don't know anything about each other, because people over there are dickheads. I don't know anything about a dollar store, but yeah. Okay, so Lucas got on SSI a long time ago. Like, he's never had to work in his life because he's been on it for like 20 years or something. It was much easier to get on SSI back then, so he got it for his bipolar. Like, he wasn't even schizophrenic or schizoaffective or whatever back then. There's no way... I mean, they might give it to him now because he's just obviously unable to function. But for what he had back then, I don't think they'd give it to him now. Yeah, he puked in an Uber and then went to the hospital. There's no way he paid any fee. Holy fuck. I don't know what happens about that. I've actually never taken an Uber because it's expensive, but you know, this bum who's on SSI, it's fine for him. That's just a regular expense when you only make $800 a month, right? Yeah, let me just DoorDash myself food and take Ubers, sure. I mean, I agree that Lucas can't work. I just don't think that for what he did, that what he was 20 years ago, I don't think they give him SSI nowadays. I've seen a lot of my friends not able to get it when they're, like, pretty addled.
And to use the Bible to justify your sexism or homophobia, because I could just use the Bible to say that you can't wear polycotton socks, which is on the same page as, you know, fucking hate the gays, which is mentioned like once in the Bible.
Hate the gays is never mentioned in the Bible. I don't even think that quote is supposed to be about gays. Yeah, I can't imagine taking an Uber around Spokane when I only make $800 a month. That is... People always say that the definition of insanity is doing something over and over again and expecting different results. It's not. The definition of insanity is like anything that Lucas does, which might include doing the same thing over and over again. Two sprained ankles? What's going on? Yeah, he just gets... Okay, so the reason he can't work is because he's a miserable fuck. Like, if this guy got a job dealing with people, he would constantly be just getting pissed that he had to do anything, cutting corners, and then he'd try to hit on any women that were around him, and get mad if you tried to stop him. He is a miserable fuck in every sense of the term. You could blame his bipolar, and it might be true. I mean, maybe if he had been on meds for that from the beginning, he'd be fine. Leviticus is the worst book I've ever read. You know what Leviticus says? God, people know. I mean, yeah, it says mixed fabric, you should be put to death, whatever, but the one that I liked was the one where it says, if you rape a girl, you have to pay her father in silver coins and then get married to her. And I'm like, wow, I guess Brock Turner screwed that one up. Hey, Leanne Summers, what's going on? That's one of my patrons, too. And someone from my Discord. I do have a Discord, I'm not there that much. I had to delete my old Discord because my ex is an asshole. You don't think it was easier back then? I don't know. I do. A lot more people are claiming mental illness, and Washington's pretty, Hey, what's going on? Thank you for the $10 super chat. If she's found in infidelity. Well, I thought I read it and have been saying that all these years. Maybe I've looked like an idiot the whole time. I don't know. The punishment for rape was death. It was impossible to get accused of rape. I can't imagine what you would have had to do back then. Everyone would have had to watch you, like, like in these... Oh. Well, okay, I'm on the King James version. Because I was Catholic. I know it's not the best. I have no idea why they're still using this thing that a British monarch wrote, but... Lucas attacks the Bible for the same reason that he quotes it. Everything he does is in the pursuit of getting laid. By women half his age. I'd assume Lucas can read. He responds to people mocking him.
God hates money worshippers and greed.
Yeah.
And even divorce is.
Thank you for the $5 super chat, NOE Blue. Somebody looked it up, and apparently it cost $4,000 a month to house someone in Malin Place. The place where he was getting the, I don't know, okay but relatively shitty-looking meals. $4,000 a month. I don't know about you, but I can count the times I've made that much in a month on one hand in my life. That's a lot of money to me. And that's what people were paying for him to do, and he was bitching about it the whole time. He had absolutely no thanks about it. He's like, oh, what can I do? I can't get laid when I'm living in a nursing home. How does that work? You know, I don't want the people here because they're just as undesirable as me, but I'd sure like the college girls to line up. It's fucking ridiculous. Yeah. Can't believe the audacity of this guy to complain. He doesn't even know how much the taxpayers are paying for him to do. Not that I have that much of a reason to bitch. I'm not like a huge taxpayer or anything. Yeah, that's a lot of fucking money. And that's obvious, because no one's handing me like hundreds of dollars, so obviously it's a lot, right? And when he asks people for money, they send in small amounts like $5, and it's like, what about the $4,000 a month that they were paying? So I guess like the reason they put him into his own place is it must be a lot cheaper than what they were doing. They were keeping him in an old folks home because he couldn't walk or whatever. And now it's gotten a bit different. Yeah, 4K a month is a lot. I've only done more than that a few times in my YouTube career. That'd be like, oh, let's buy my own house, which I'm obviously not doing. Man, my voice is not the best today, is it? How long have I been... Oh, an hour and a half. Alright, that's okay. No, don't ever say that he understands balancing in board games. He doesn't. His board games are a mess. He doesn't even playtest them by himself. He just adds random currencies, and he's like, people will figure it out. Yeah, I think you could live comfortably with that even if you're in California. That's a lot of money. There you go. Playing his games? God, I hope no one paid for them. He sent a copy of Meeple Toss to his relatives, where you can see this picture of his niece, who might be the one he was creeping on, playing it with a forced smile on her face. Turds of the Squonk. My God, my girlfriend lost it over that one. It was pretty funny. Alright, I'm going to take another break. I'll be right back.
They love slavery. So, I mean, there's like all these things in the Bible you could use to justify any political position you have, from direct democracy to authoritarian monarchy, because the Bible contains a history of a people, or a supposed history of the people, for 6,000 years, and the Catholic Church came along and said, you know, we're going to use this to make some dollar, but then all of a sudden you look at this logically, and there's so many verses against the worship of money, against greed. Matthew 6:24 specifically says you cannot both serve God and money at the same time. However, if you whip out a credit card, you have a girlfriend, if you're nice enough, you whip out a car, you whip out a hot tub. Bernie Sanders upon you, Bernie Sanders upon you, Bernie Sanders upon you. The worship of money? Hello. So that's what I'm saying, is like, if you are a atheist, I'll date you because, you know, I'm an atheist. I don't have an instruction manual on your behavior. what I have been told, though have not readily seen, is that atheists are less bigoted. So in other words, you're not an age phobe. In other words, you will let me date you.
Is that what he said? Yeah, you know, I bought a hot tub, and, you know, one of those $300 ones from Walmart or whatever. It takes almost an entire day to heat up. That was so irritating. It was great when it did, though. I would recommend it if you can get one on sale.
You. Oh, but you don't like that I'm grumpy or whatever. Maybe if you dated me, I want to be grumpy or whatever. You act as though I've never had a...
I'd say it's fairly portable. Yeah, it's plastic. It's big enough to fit 4 people. I don't know what kind of image you're getting from this, but I got it like 25% off or something. It was in no way worse than any other hot tub, I guess. No, it's a 4-person hot tub. I don't know. It was just made out of hard rubber or whatever. Yeah, of course you can. I know. He has to try to find places away from people so that they don't loom up in his videos and say, "Shut the fuck up, faggot," and make him look like a bitch. I still can't believe he didn't edit that out. That's amazing. I have to censor that word in my videos, but I think I could say it here because I'm not monetizing. Yeah, I do mean faggot. He doesn't know how to edit? Well, he didn't fucking try, I'm sure. So that's a good start. I've heard tons of people tell me it's easy to edit on the phone, and obviously you do it. It must not be that... Well, I mean, I'm not trying to call you stupid, but it's like, it can't be that difficult if all these lolcows who aren't Lucas can figure it out. Yeah, I don't think Lucas would be interested. Everyone was, you know, of age. $100 if you're nice to me. Bad bitches and basic bitches. I can't figure out... Oh, yeah, he eats during his videos. It's the worst. And then when people complain about it, he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm just going to push back harder. I'm going to eat even more. I'm going to eat even fucking..." Oh, do you have the one where he makes that creepy smile and then says, "I just popped a boner"? The one that was so creepy that he didn't... Or that he actually deleted it? "I just popped a boner." Yeah. I'm not about prostitution. I know some people were wondering, why doesn't the word go with prostitution? Yes, he decided to delete it. He's not a standard lolcow. Lucas barely ever deletes anything. Something that even Chris Chan does regularly. Or did.
Yeah, I'm not really much for slut shaming. I think what you do sexually...
Wait, he's not really much for slut shaming? It was like a week after this when he went on his big... "It's okay to slut shame because you're spreading COVID" kick. What a fucking idiot.
Whatever, I don't care. As long as you're safe, wear a condom, you know, dental dams or whatever the hell.
Oh, that's what he's doing here, right?
I haven't gotten laid in 8 years, but that's your hate.
Oh, he's like, "I'm not really into slut shaming. I'm just going to do it in this video." So here we go.
That's not me. I'm super nice. Well, I'm an asshole too. I mean, like, if you're an asshole towards me, I usually just kind of like, if it's online, you know, if you talk shit.
I didn't know Lauren well enough. People had to correct me. On a number of things. Like how Lauren brought a camera, so they wanted to get him for production of child pornography, but That's why he got 7 years. Maybe I should have done my research a bit more, but mostly I just wanted to laugh about the Lorne, about the Holy Lornography. Because most people don't, if they haven't read it, they don't know how fucking creepy he was. All this, oh my god, my little precious princess. My precious princess. He used the word precious 600 times in the chat or something. It's nuts. Oh, it's fine. I would rather be corrected. I feel kind of stupid that I didn't make the best video possible, but I don't think anyone who's not like an intense lornographer would. No, I don't think anyone insulted me over it. They corrected me. And I hate being wrong. That's the only issue here. I do relatively a lot of research for a YouTuber because I don't put out videos as often as a lot of people. Yeah, that's what I said in my video, I think. My precious princess. I mean, he used the word princess because it was in her name, but... but he wouldn't stop calling her precious, and it's like, damn, Lauren, you are so fucking creepy. If I had a Geiger counter for creeps, it would just fucking explode when Lauren showed up.
Shit, I talk shit right back to you. If it happens in public, I kind of realize, hey, maybe you're drunk or stupid. And I kind of just, like, let it go. I mean, if you, like, get in my face, well, then it's a legal issue.
Yeah, I took a shower before this,
But, I mean,
and my
like,
hair dried while I was
I
on
can
stream.
tolerate a whole
Probably
bunch
not the
of
best
shit,
thing.
like anger.
I think he's 42, and his birthday is November 27th, so then he'll be able to celebrate being 43. I don't think he's 43 yet. I could be wrong, but... The characters that tortured Lauren are nearly as bizarre and evil as him. Very cool rabbit hole. Those people obviously don't have a lot to do with their time. And it went on for so long, and it was so stupid, and... You know, I think it's like with the idea guys in Christian. I don't mean to defend the idea guys. I hate them, but it's like when you start something like that, you suddenly start to think, man, how far can I take this? What is the dumbest shit I can get him to believe? And eventually you realize you can get him to believe anything. Lauren is... I think he's still 42. I don't know. I mean, you could obviously look it up. He's given us his birth date. I think he said it's 1979. I believe he's 7 years older than me. What am I? 35. Huh. Yeah. Yeah, that's 42. Lauren's country singing was hilarious. If anyone finished the last video, I played a few seconds of it, and it was really something. Let's just play it. Huh? How do I find his account? Is it gone? It used to come up first when I looked this up just a few weeks ago. Oh. Here, channel. Is this him? Yeah, okay. I don't know why that was so hard to find. It's hilarious that I make a living on YouTube and I have no idea how to use it. Should we listen to his version of Desperado? I haven't heard it, but I bet it's hilarious. Now, everyone's, of course, probably heard me sing country. I did a 4th of July stream where I sang Toby Keith's Angry American once. Or, I played it on guitar and sang it. Anyone remember that? I'm obviously not a professional singer, but Lauren is going to be a lot worse than that, I think.
These things that desperado, why don't you come to your senses? You've been out riding fences for so long now. Oh, you're a hard one, but I know that you got your reasons. These things that are pleasing you can hurt you somehow.
I can sing if
Don't
it's...
you draw the queen
country.
of
No, I don't know. I used to be the vocals in my band. That was punk rock, though.
diamonds, boy. She'll beat you if she's able.
This is the best song because this is a pretty difficult song to sing. And listen to him. He's trying to do this whole wobbling thing. But he's not great at it. It's like when someone sings the national anthem and tries to do it like Mariah Carey when they really shouldn't. Lauren has a reason to look sad. I won't begrudge him that. This is so good.
You know the Queen of Hearts was always your best bet. Though it seems to me some fine things have been laid upon your table, but you only want the ones that you can get. Desperado.
Alright, so yeah, he sounds like someone that is, he sounds like someone you might hear drunk at karaoke. In fact, one of the better ones you'd hear drunk at karaoke. However, for him to try to be a professional sounding like this is so laughable that it's ridiculous. Right? This guy said that he was in... Yeah, warbling, that's the word. Well, what's the horrible one that I played in my own video? Because he can kind of carry a tune when it's someone else's song. No, I don't think anyone goes to karaoke if they're not drunk. Why would you even want to? So he can kind of carry a tune when it's someone else's song. I mean, who can't? But when you hear one of his original songs, you realize just how terrible he is.
Preacher led us down a path today, straight to the lake. He dunked us in the water and baptized us to wash our sins away. He said, let's all rejoice and shout to God and bow our heads to pray. It was years ago when Christ was born to show us all the way.
He's off tune. He wrote the song. Presumably this is how it's supposed to be. I don't fucking know, dude. You can't call him off tune in his own song. Yeah, no, I wouldn't make fun of this guy if he was just like some rando on YouTube making videos that were kind of bad. But it's like... He has no idea how music works. That's why he can kind of keep it together for other people's songs. But God, as soon as he writes his own, it's horrible. And then it's all about this God bullshit, too.
Let our bodies go to church, our souls go to God, our minds go to the earth, and our hearts are for His love. Now as we bow our heads...
Good God, is he fucking terrible at guitar, too, by the way? I don't know if... Oh, yeah, the guitar skills, yeah. I don't know if anyone here plays guitar, but this is fucking horrendous. His stroking, yeah, I know. It's a funny word, but it's ridiculous right now. Apparently this is like the best he can come up with is to just do it in this ridiculous rhythmic way. I don't know. God. I guess I should get back to Lucas, right? How long have I been streaming? Oh, it's telling me my resolution isn't optimal. I'm pretty stupid. I don't know how to fix that. Not sure what would have changed, but, alright.
Stuff, you know,
It's a
bitchy
question.
women having bad days. It's usually not their fault.
Sometimes it is. They got drunk and stupid. But, you know, there was this chick out here asking me if I was a faggot and asking me if I was retarded because I was walking around talking about how I wanted to kill myself. But I sat and listened to her for like an hour. And she was 27. She was pretty enough. But she had like a bunch of acne and she was a good body, but like teeth filled with plaque, obviously over drunk. And my buddy came along and like swooped her and then dropped her off down the block because she's kind of like diseasey.
Oh man, you ever check this? Did anyone catch that? My buddy swooped her and dropped her off around the block. Somebody had to step in and stop this woman, or get this woman away from Lucas, apparently. He has no idea what happened. Every time someone, like, protects a woman from him, he thinks that they went and cock-blocked him. Which, I don't know, I guess they did, in a sense, but he thinks they just went and slept with him. Which is fucking amazing. Yeah, swooping the chicks. A term I've never heard anyone else use. That is unique to Lucas, as far as I know. I remember, like, you know, in high school, it'd be like, oh yeah, go pick up some chicks, you know, being kind of facetious about it. But Lucas is 100% serious. In his fucking 40s. And it's ridiculous. Yo soy un predator. I know enough Spanish for that, I think. Yeah, I know. He could get Drake Campana to sing it, right?
She was like asking me if I wanted to kick it, and my dick was getting hard, and it was like, yeah, maybe.
I've never heard of anyone in the 90s saying swooping the chicks, and I lived through them.
I don't know, and so my buddy comes in and starts being all sexist, which like attracted her violently, and then he like dropped her off down the block, and then came up to the dinner. Like he could have had that chick. I don't think he did that like to hurt me. I think he did that to get that crazy ass chick away from me.
He did that to get that chick away from this crazy ass Lucas. I mean, Lord. This is what he thinks is going on? Yeah, I mean, that was the point. I didn't know if anyone would know who Drake Campana is, but there we go. I wouldn't mind talking about that creepo one of these days. Yeah, actually. You know, he kind of knew that something was going on there that wasn't them picking up on her, but he thought that they were saving him when they were saving the woman, obviously.
My point is that I'm not really a slut shamer. Like what you do,
fucking
like even though I haven't gotten laid in 8 years, I'm usually like the first guy that says the patriarchy, brainwashing them into money worship or bigotry like age phobia or other stupid shit that their own Bible forbids or Bernie Sanders would look at and go, no, you're harassing Lucas. So your boy's not a
slut
that's
what Bernie
shamer.
Sanders would do. He'd side with Lucas Werner.
It's just, I wish a little
the guy
bit
who
of
made international
a little
news
bit. One girl. Otherwise,
for trying to sue Starbucks. This is such bullshit. This guy really thinks Bernie Sanders would be on his side? About what? Oh, I'm not that great. I was just saying I'm better than Lauren, which isn't saying much. I was good enough that I decided to sing The Angry American twice during that stream, I think.
I'll call you out for your shit. This is what I do. I look for the excuse that you're making and say that's rude. If you say I'm rude, I'll say you're rude back. Like, you're the one being.
Yeah, one of my favorites is when Lucas calls himself the working class. Which he does. And it's like, just because you're as poor as the working class doesn't mean that you're one of them. Yeah, the proletariat. My God. Lucas thinks he's the proletariat? He's really missing the point here. And then he's complaining about it. People have cars, and it's like, Lucas, we know why you don't have a car, because you don't want to. It's fine, but like, why are you so bitchy? Or why are you so bitchy about something that people need to have to get to their job realistically? Hey, what's going on, Neil? I don't know how much longer the stream's gonna go. How long has this been going on? About 2 hours. Well, I mean, I don't like to drive either, so I don't. I live in a small town. I don't really have to. And I work online, obviously, but... Well, they always made me be a platoon leader driver in the Army, which was a pretty cushy job, but... I don't really feel like driving anymore, so... And everything's starting to cost so much money, it's annoying. I have enough trouble paying for food. Yeah, I know. I certainly don't DoorDash myself prime ribs. What the fuck? It still blew my mind. Do you remember that time that Donald Trump got a $50 steak and used ketchup on it, and it pissed off everyone on the internet? Well, Lucas went and bought a $65 steak. I don't know if he used ketchup on it, but it's amazing that a billionaire buys this steak and it pisses everyone off. And then this homeless man does it with a more expensive steak. And it's like, what? He's like, I bought the second most expensive item on the menu. Like, that's a flex. I didn't quite buy the 85-ounce steak, but I bought the one that was slightly smaller. Nah, no, this guy's ridiculous. I know how it goes. It's easier to spend money when you didn't actually work for it, but... But you'd think if you didn't have that much of it, that maybe you'd worry a little more.
Like, the point is like, if you're a dude and you don't got the hookup, you know, fine, but, you know, what are we really doing here? There's women in this world. If you're a woman and you're mean to me, you know, what's the point of talking to you? I'll hang out with guys all the time and, like, smoke weed or whatever. But, you know.
He put sriracha mayonnaise on the steak. The prime rib was probably fine because he bought it from Clinker Daggers. Yeah, I know. Lucas should be subsisting on tree stars with the size that he is at this point. I think he's grown like 2 chins since these videos. Oh, I certainly do. My last video about him was talking about his toaster oven. Or the toaster oven that random woman left at the homeless shelter. Hey, what's going on with his, he's giving us this neckbeard angle, but, like, what did he shave, like, one random stripe down there? Or does he just have a patchy beard? The steak thing. He got it well done and then put ketchup on it. It was worth complaining about, trust me. However, them complaining about a billionaire having a pricey steak and then Lucas buys a more expensive one blew my fucking mind. Oh. Well, that sucks then. It sucks to be him, I guess.
There's a time and a place. It's legal, so there's a time and a place. Can't do it where I'm staying at, but, you know, you can do it. The main drag here is that during this whole coronavirus thing, yeah, it's like a cow apart, social distancing, 2 meters, 6 feet. If you're not following that, the easiest thing for me to do is to just look at your Bible and say, blast you fornicators. Or just like look at science as how like the social distancing thing is actually working. Read a couple articles on that. So, you know, I'm going to spend the next, whatever, during this super SARS thing calling you out for being a bunch of sluts and spreading the virus because it's your goddamn fault. No, I don't need to forgive you.
All right. You know, Lucas is definitely a voice of sanity. Be a good self-advocate. What does that mean? 40 years an empath. This guy thinks he's an empath.
I'm empathic, so any kind of energy you give me, I shoot back out. I can't understand it and I can't control it. So
You can't control
what in you that makes you so heartless and cold and dark do you want me to kill so you're no longer hateful? Press like or dislike on this video if you like this video. I'm going to be 40 years old on November 27th. 1979 was when I was born, and it's going to suck no matter what. I don't care if you give me $1 billion. It's going to suck. I haven't had a girlfriend in 8 years. So hit like or dislike on this video if you like it.
I had people mocking my appearance yesterday. I left a comment they didn't like on Libs of TikTok. And they like post my picture. It's like, oh, look at this guy. He lives in his mother's basement. I could beat him up. It's like, hey, yeah. Beat me up. And nobody shows up and sees me in person and laughs at my face. I can't look that bad. People are looking too hard to find something to laugh at. I've already been laughing at them. Oh, how about the one where he's eating a tube of cookie dough? Laying on the bed and getting out of breath. Is that the one you're thinking about? I don't know what's wrong with those people. They took the wrong idea. I wasn't trying to mock a child. I was mocking the posters because of their inconsistencies. Although I'm not beyond mocking a child. That's not what I was doing. Yeah, people have too much time on their hands. 40 years an empath. Yeah, I don't know what it is about Lucas. He's not into things that you'd usually expect. You'd expect him to get a meth habit or to be into anime or something or video games, and he just like doesn't like any of these things. He's only interested in young women, I guess. He's never had one, so he doesn't even know what it's like. I mean, I've dated young women at a point in my life. It doesn't really seem like something I'd want in my 40s. Is that the Mike Tyson quote? Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. These people wouldn't fucking say shit to my face, but whatever. And when Mike Tyson says it, I mean, you can't really complain. He's right. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Dating an 18-year-old girl would feel really fucking weird. I'm about twice that age now. If anyone needed to know. It's not like I'd take it off the table dating someone much younger than me, but it would have to be a special situation, not just because they are. Date me.
There's a lot of things that just don't offend me. Words usually don't offend me.
Man, I would have fucking smacked that bitch on the plane. I guess he wouldn't be recording me because I'm not famous, but... That guy needed an ass beating. Imagine thinking you just fuck with Mike Tyson. Right. What, my hair or Lucas's? Probably Lucas's, but... Yeah.
If you're just there speaking in slang 100% of the time, and I gotta thumb through the Urban Dictionary just to figure out what the fuck you're talking about, that's a little offensive. It's not like a blockable offense. If you're insulting me and you're age phobic and you're telling me to go fuck myself in
like
any facility, any faculty, or in any way,
this is Lucas like admitting
that offends me.
If you knock me at all, that...
This is Lucas, like, admitting that he gets all of his slang from Urban Dictionary, which I already knew, but it's great when he admits it, right? Your wife is 15 years younger than you? I mean, that doesn't necessarily matter, of course. Adults can do whatever they want. It's like the problem with Lucas is that he wants them because they're young, which I guess would be okay if he could do it, but he can't do it. He doesn't have the money. He doesn't have the looks. He definitely doesn't have the personality. Look at the way he's wearing these glasses. He looks like a child who's wearing, like, grown-up sunglasses to try to look cool, doesn't he? Like, they're not sitting right. He's like, oh, look at me. I'm some drunk guy at a party, but he's not even drunk. He's just out of his mind on mental illness. So I hear. I'm not ever gonna look at I'm not ever gonna look at Lucas's dick pics, thank God. Please don't send them to me. Lucas on TikTok? I'm amazed he's not on TikTok. That's like the premier place for predators, ain't it? Oh, hey, does anyone want to see my mom's dog? I've got him for a few more hours. I'm assuming yes. Everyone always wants to see a dog. You want to come with me? Do you? Oh, come here, little boy. Alright, here we go. We've got Tom Tom. He was sleeping. I probably shouldn't have distracted him. It's a schnauzer. He's been very good this week. Yes. Alright, sorry. I'll let you go back to sleep. I'll feed you when I'm done streaming. Yeah, he's been great. My mom says he's a handful. I didn't really find him to be that way. He might react differently around us. Yeah, it's been my week. I've been stuck out in the living room because I didn't want to leave him alone. Probably should have worked more, though.
That offends me. If you tell me not to do something that isn't illegal, like, oh, I want to date 21-year-old chicks, and you're there telling me to fuck off because it's never going to happen, that's blockable. It won't happen with you there, but if you're there, that causes a problem for both of us because my friends will just tell you you're an age phobe.
Your friends?
And you really need to shut your mouth and stop being a bigot. Like, I don't care if you're white and say nigga. I don't care if you're black and say nigga. I don't care if you're a black Republican. If you respect me, then we're good.
I don't know if I'm going to keep streaming. Probably getting about to the end here. My hair's goddamn losing it. I can keep going for a bit.
If you disrespect me, then we're not good.
I'll have to go feed Tom.
So I'm not going to start a relationship with somebody under 18 or over 24. My intent in life is to get married and have kids. I'm a guy, I'm straight. Gay people don't offend me at all.
But if you're a classist or an age phobe, that offends me. I got $1,000 saved up. That could potentially be used for dating. But
I know. What was he trying to do here? He was like trying to go for the dude gimmick or something like that. He's like, yeah, I'm just gonna be, which isn't like ever exactly cool. You know, it has a niche, but Lucas can't do it. God, I barely ever see the bald spot. It only shows up in, well, I think I'm showing it on my stream, right? Yeah, do you see that picture I have up there? If anyone's uninitiated, that's a picture of Lucas looking at a bunch of students. You know, high school or middle school, whatever. Who knows? Somebody captured this in the wild. Lucas intently looking at children. So, there you go. Oh, it's the thumbnail? Yeah, it is, I think. I didn't feel like putting in any effort, I guess. No way this guy could look creepy. I mean, fucking... He's like these. Look at how young these people look. You're messing with my stream right now? Man, they look incredibly young. That's showing up on the stream, right? I think it is. I'm not very good at streaming, obviously. I haven't even locked this stuff. But yeah, that's where we're at. Pretty creepy stuff. It's definitely him in the shadows. Yeah, some of those might have even been grade schoolers. It's hard for me to tell at this point. I remember I thought that girls were really hot when I was in middle school, but when I look at them now, they look like absolute children. Weird how that works. I guess it doesn't work that way for Lucas. And then when people pointed it out, he was like, haha, yeah, I looked like a monk in this picture. And it's like, for some reason, he can show himself like full on from the front, and you can't tell he has this gigantic bald spot. But I think it's really, it really shows from like any other angle, like literally any other angle. If you saw him in person, he wouldn't be able to. Hey, Mix Kid, what's going on? I recognize your name. I don't think you're a patron, but I've seen your comments a lot. Yeah, I mean, this is all old stuff. He looks even worse now. He's gained like 2 chins since then. My fucking Christ. You should see what he looks like now. And I don't want to go on to... I don't really want to go on to Kiwi Farms because they're not really kept from posting things that I shouldn't show people, but... Yeah, I don't think I've streamed in years. Did I stream at all during the pandemic? I don't think so. But I got my new webcam today, and I thought, might as well try it. I ain't gonna look that great, but... I probably didn't in the first place. Oh, I know. Looking at the old yearbooks, the girls you remember being hot as shit look like kids, yeah. I mean, that's normal, I guess. That's where I'm at. I mean, even looking at my high school yearbook, I don't think I had a 6th grade one, but I'm sure that would have looked even more striking.
If you're gonna be an asshole towards me, then I have no reason to date you. But yeah, like date 1 could be Churchill's in Spokane, Washington. It could be pizza if you want. It could be chicken fingers. It could be a burger and fries. We can get Grubhub at your house. I'm trying to get on direct deposit so I have full control of my money. It's a little bit of a hassle, but it's something that I'm working on.
Direct deposit, so I have full control of my money. You know what that means? It means people don't trust him to pay his rent. If they gave him all of his money, he'd just spend it all on stupid shit like DoorDash clinker daggers. A year ago, I did a 420 stream. Nice. I probably smoked pot during that. I haven't smoked pot at all during this one. I thought it had been multiple years. I guess I was wrong. Clinker dagger.
But
Maybe I
yeah,
should
I
smoke
have
some pot.
money saved up for dating.
Money saved up for dating.
If you're not forgiving, compassionate, or kind or respectful towards me, why would I date you? Age phobe?
Good
Fuck
God.
you.
Look at the lines around this guy's eyes. Look at his crow feet. This guy's only 7 years older than me. I can't believe how fucking horrifying he looks. Like, this is usually what you'd look like if you had a hard drug dependency the entire time. But Lucas just... I don't know, he has short telomeres or something. I don't really know. Clinker Dagger is a restaurant that he used to really like. He goes through phases about restaurants. Yeah, he looks fucking awful here. Jesus Christ. Now, people usually tell me I look a bit younger than I am, but like, this is way older than he should look, I think. I know that he was living rough. He was at the homeless shelter and he spent his nights screaming and crying outside. Yeah. It's probably because he was crying all night, right? I know that makes people look bad. But damn. He's looking fucking rough. He might have just been dehydrated. He's probably dehydrated all the time. But yeah, exposure's a hell of a drug. No, he's not homeless anymore. He's living in like a room now. I think it's part of the same facility or part of the same program or whatever. Oh yeah, did everyone like my Gluttony of Lucas Werner video? I enjoyed making it. I'm not exactly sure what's coming next. Probably The Lust of Lucas Werner. But we've also got Wrath, which is quite a sin. Yeah, no, I usually tell people not to eat before they watch the Lucas food segments. I don't think I said it in that video. But you know, you wouldn't click on a video called The Lust of Lucas Werner unless you were ready to gag, right? He was never playing board games with people. Like, when he set up his board game in college, it was the biggest Predator thing ever. He's like, oh, the trap is laid. And it's like, wow. He's pretty honest about the fact that he's trying to lure in girls with this board game. And his Ninja Turtles shirt. And his Batman pajama pants. Holy fuck. What was this guy thinking? He looks like a fucking fat-ass mental patient. wearing like children's clothing. Which might be okay if you had like one article of it. It's like, oh, maybe some guy's wearing a Ninja Turtles shirt one day. But it's like, he's obviously doing this to try to hit on them. Oh, Jamie? I didn't really watch that stuff. I heard that he was a huge fucking prick to the guy that was playing board games with him, who was even more mentally addled than he was, basically. Age dysphoria. Well, there you go. A lot of people do. That's what you call a midlife crisis, right? Although he doesn't really care how old he is. He just wants to date someone who's much younger, right? I mean, everyone's bound to have some dysphoria about their age at some point, if I'm getting the word right, right? Midlife crisis isn't a thing. Man, I had a midlife crisis when I was like 20. You wouldn't believe. I was like, oh, everyone else is living their life. I'm not. Yeah, he does. He's trying to act like he thought people were cool back when he was a kid. So he's like, oh yeah, I'm going to talk about Kurt Cobain. And I don't know if you really, yeah, well, I had some fucking mental problems, I can tell you that much. Yeah, he just hasn't changed. Like, he still thinks that he's cool for being, like, a cool guy from the 90s, but he's not even that. Man, I don't know. I'm not, like, angry or anything, but I obviously had some fucking issues. I thought that things... It happens to everyone. Existential crisis. Yeah, maybe it's just that. Yeah, I don't think that Lucas is having a midlife crisis or anything. It's like... He acts like it, but he doesn't care how old he is. He just wants to change what everyone else wants. I know, right? We didn't have such... Well, I mean, he did grow up during the 90s. I don't think he got beat up. He was just one of those... He was one of those weirdos. You're one of those weirdos. I stopped it because of how shit he looked, but I should probably play something else. What do we got here? I gotta smoke this eventually. Hey, yeet me bay then, greedy zooms. I mean, these titles were actually written by Wernology, so I don't know if that's what the original video is called. Is Wernology still here to tell us if these are the original titles? Not sure. I don't feel the love I need from anyone.
It's about 6 a.m. I haven't taken my shower yet.
Oh my god, this is one of his porta potty videos. So after that guy made him look like a bitch by calling him a faggot in his own video and he didn't get rid of it, Lucas started recording out of the public eye. He started getting in porta potties at 6 a.m. and doing his videos from there, and... I don't know. I can't take it. I know. You give him a bae, he's going to keep her under the floor at the homeless shelter, I guess. I don't know.
Look, I mean, age phobia and classism are not entitlements to be a jerk.
And I know it's because that guy made fun of him, which is hilarious. This guy threatened to knock my teeth out, and he's scared of people mocking him in public. All right.
If you were a young woman for Bernie Sanders and you only dated guys in your own economic class and above, you didn't get it. I don't know how many videos I've explained where I've dated...
When did Bernie say that? This is fucking absurd.
Women much older than me 4 times, and women my own age 4 times, but younger women don't really seem to get it. Tinder and OkCupid and stuff like that are basically for hookups and sex. That isn't really what I'm looking for, but you haven't been there for me there either. The vast majority of this country are Christians. And yet, the Bible expressly says about 100 times not to worship.
I know, the acoustics are great, right?
Read Matthew 6:24. And it says you can't worship God in money. But there you are, dating guys with credit cards or in your own economic class and above. You don't understand anything about your own religion. Maybe that's why I'm an atheist. Because whenever I meet Christian women, especially young Christian women, all they really do is chase money. They don't chase after guys that are poor. If they're chasing guys at all, they're chasing after guys in their own economic class or above. And because...
He starts the video by saying, it's 6 a.m., I haven't had a shower yet. It's like, yeah, I'm sure you didn't... He doesn't understand the fact that a shower is supposed to be to get yourself clean. He liked to eat sandwiches and make videos of himself doing it in the homeless shelter bathroom until people complained to them that he was doing it. What a gross person. I'm not exactly the cleanest person in the world, I'm sure, but holy shit, Lucas. Is he really just going to hang out in a porta potty? Man, those things are gross. I have plenty of experience with those from the army.
The Christians, or the majority, all the other young women follow their example of money worship. So, if you do date guys that are below your economic class, I have yet to see it. It's kind of like if you're Gen Z and you're a bar hopper or whatever, and you want a Gen X guy around to be the platonic friend while you all hook up and have sex.
Platonic.
Or go on dates and stuff. That's not fair.
How is that not fair? Nobody has to sleep with you, you fucking lump. I don't know how many times people have to tell him. He understands that nobody has to, or that he doesn't have to sleep with anyone. Kind of. It's ridiculous. That's not fair. I'm not getting as many women as everyone else. I don't go out and try to talk to them, but...
Classism and age phobia are not entitlements. I don't know why I would hang out with you. I don't have a lot of money. I had a diagnosis of bipolar when I...
Oh, I don't have a lot of money. That's why I'm making my videos in a porta potty like we didn't fucking notice. Huh? No, I messed it up.
I was 20 and I just kind of went with it. I don't take the meds anymore. I'm usually more calm now because I smoke a lot of pot because it's legal.
No, I stopped taking my schizophrenia meds and started smoking pot to self-medicate myself. I'm sure it'll work out as well as it did for Narcissa Wright. My fucking Christ. I don't think Narcissus is schizophrenic, but you get the idea. He's bragging that he stopped taking his medication and started self-medicating with pot. Castigate his chains. Yeah, I know. I've been in some terrible porta potties and had to use them. There's no other option out in the field. You're gonna... Did you go bury your shit? No.
And I keep to myself a lot. I try to keep away from anybody I see as toxic. It's really rare for me to hang out with guys, period, because I know that they won't have to hook up with women and that'll just waste my time. I've met some guys that are okay, but I don't hang out with them for long because of the fact that there are other people living at the homeless shelter, and a lot of times they just go off and they go to another town or whatever because they...
Man, that one was even better. I don't think I actually called him racist. I complained about his post about fucking a hot African queen on the plains of Kenya was racist. And then Lucas tried to, fight that by saying that he has a Mexican friend. So he can't be racist. This is how the idiots always try to fight. They're like, oh, let me just take away your ability to criticize me through other means instead of actually addressing what you said. Like that would even work. Who cares if you have a Mexican friend? You're going to act like I don't have friends of things. I'm just not going to fucking virtue signal about it. And then he made this guy hold his hand for a picture. And he's like, solidarity. I censored Isaac's face out because I said nobody deserves to be seen with the Wern, so... See, I'm a humanitarian. This guy has probably delivered plenty of women from Lucas's grasp. Even though I'm sure he's a piece of shit too. Yeah, solidarity.
If you're judging me based on my lack of money, there's something wrong with you. You're not a Bernie Sanders type. It doesn't matter that Bernie Sanders is out. We were all there for Bernie Sanders, and there were people that were poor, and there were people that were more than poor, and you denied us because we were poor.
I gotta play one of his classic songs. Because I think the stream's actually winding down. I'll have to go feed Tom eventually.
Gen Z, solidarity.
solidarity. She about 18 and ready to breed Gen X, needing some sex. Oh, I herald Generation Next. Seed and egg, but you run away to the other grays. Bigotry on the left wing. Age phobia, classism, religionism, and other assorted bigotries.
You fucking Nazis.
Fucking Nazis. Gen Z, solidarity. Your Bible says respect the elders, and there you breed stupidity.
That's what he's doing, right? He can't even walk without getting out of breath. This was a couple years ago. The Bible says respect your elders. Does the Bible say sleep with your elders? I mean, I don't know. What's the other one? Yeet me down a bay. I can't type. I must have gotten a bit drunk. Yeah, as much as I'd love to play Doja Cat, I was looking for Lucas Werner. Maybe it's not on here anymore. He deleted his stuff. It's all going to be uploaded eventually. Yeah, I guess not. Yeah, yeet me down a bay. I'd be fucking that Zoomer all day. Christ was homeless because it'd be all Gucci Mane. Tight with the money so you won't be my honey and I oop into your vibe. Like a Spokane Saturday Night Live. I kind of lose it there. He drops the N-word and then accuses people of acting like the KKK like 2 seconds later. It's great. I think he's over... Didn't he say 11 years now? This is a very long dry spree right now. I could do it. I think. The original shouldn't be there anymore because he finally deleted his stuff. Yeah, maybe it's not. I keep just finding my stuff. Yeah, well. Let's have to find something good here. It's kind of hard to believe that Lucas actually deleted everything, because that's not really how he does things. He hardly ever deletes anything. Like, he has no shame even compared to... I mean, lolcows like to delete things. Lucas does not. He wants to just forget about it, and then if anyone talks about it, he'll deny it. He's like, I don't know that happened. The funniest part of the Bible. I want an adult hottie in my lap right now. Dudes are bigger bitches than women. This is a good one. Probably.
Okay, let me give you an example of how dudes are more bitches than women are. Like, if I come up to you and I'm like, dude, where are the women at? And you stop and then turn around and look at the wall. I'm going to say, dude, they're not in the wall, bitch. Or they're not in the wall, nigga. Don't do that. You know what I mean? Don't just, like, invite me to hang out with you if you're a dude. What are we doing? Where are the women
It
at?
sounded so natural.
Oh, you're going to turn around and look at the wall. They're not on the wall, bitch. That's what I mean. Like, dudes are bigger bitches than women are. You know what I'm saying? Like, or we're going to sit on our incel asses and play video games like a bunch of bitches? Why don't we, like, plan this together and try to find hot women? If you're going to be a bitch about it, I don't want to hang out with you. If you tell me that life sucks, but you have girls, life doesn't suck when I have a girlfriend. So you either got the hookup, nigga, or you're a bitch. That's an example of how dudes are bigger bitches than women.
Yeah, it's a character. Sure. I know, is this guy nuts? That wasn't natural at all. This guy looks around, like, to make sure no one's around before he says stuff like that. It's fucking nuts. You know, because somebody might tell him, shut the fuck up, faggot, or whatever. Hey, thank you, Ouroboros. Who might be one of my patrons. There's no being sure, but... I don't know. Lucas usually has zits and sores and stuff. He also has MRSA, apparently, so... For a person who doesn't take care of himself, you'd sure want to get close to his MRSA. There's nothing that could go wrong there. Oh, here we go. He used to make all these shirtless videos. I think he largely did this because we were complaining about it. So he's just like, oh yeah, you don't like my shirtless videos? I guess I'll make more. That'll make women want me.
I'm sure a lot of people presume I'm a Christian. Like every agnostic that I've ever met, and it's been quite a few of them, have always said things like, why are you so Christian? Just because my behavior is good doesn't mean I'm a Christian. You're so Christian. So, I mean, in a way, that's a compliment because, like, wherever I go, I'm usually the most well-behaved person in the room.
Citation needed.
Like today, I went over to the Blessings Under the Bridge.
He's the most well-behaved
waiting
person.
outside there for a half hour, maybe an hour.
I love the size of this thing because you can just tell how much space this guy takes up. He's like the size of a fucking fridge. And this is when he was smaller. He has one more chin than in the earlier videos, but he has like 2 of them now. Alright.
And like any...
Oh, calling yourself well-behaved? Yeah, it's like the time when his girlfriend told him he wasn't allowed to be violent. What?
Time anybody littered or anything like that, which is usually like the common occurrence among these degenerates, these Christians. Somebody behind me, and this happens all the time, they see somebody litter and they're like, this atheist. He's such an atheist. With his littering.
Oh my god. If Lucas was an anime character, he would be about to die. If you ever see someone cough in an anime, it means they have some sort of a horrible illness where they're going to cough up blood, basically. That's where Lucas is at. Yeah, I know. His head looks like he's a character from fucking Hey Arnold. He's like based on a gourd or something.
And I'm there grinning because I am an atheist, and the least behaved people there are the Christians. Like, you ask them, are you a Christian? Oh, yes. If you ask me, what am I going to say? No. I presume my cousin is an atheist too, because I asked him if he prayed once when I was a kid, and he said no. And I know my dad is an atheist because he's told me, and he jokes about religion all the time. I kind of presumed my stepdad was, but he believes in God. He's just not like a guy that believes in...
The Itachi treatment? I'm sure that Lucas would be willing to kill his whole clan if he could get some money out of it, so I don't know.
Religion. Because the monopoly on good. My mom's kind of the same way. Stepmom's sort of the same way too. Like, it's so funny to me. People presume I'm a Christian just because my behavior is better than everybody else.
What a fucking joke! His behavior's better than anybody else, says the guy who has a domestic violence charge. The guy who's not allowed to own a gun. His behavior is good. Yeah, I'm much better. I got out of my terrible 2s when I was in my 30s. Fuck. That was probably too loud. My bad. This is hell. Like, if you had to watch this for all eternity, that would definitely be hell. Holy shit, look at this guy. He's at the homeless shelter with open sores on his face, and he's just like, oh yeah? Yeet me a bay, greedy Zooms. Come on, 19-year-old dudes. Yeet me your bays, because that's something you do to people. We just pass women back and forth. You know, people think he's a Christian. If people think he's a Christian, it's because he stands outside screaming Bible verses all the time. Like, fucking, it's not that complicated, Lucas. If you don't stop quoting the Bible constantly, people are going to think you're a Christian. What the fuck are you talking about? Ay, this is ridiculous. How does he manage to wear these glasses so badly? They just don't fit on him. He looks like a 10-year-old trying to wear his dad's glasses or something. Man, I'm still having fun. I'm going to go for a bit longer, but I got to go to the bathroom again.
You, woman. Spokane, Washington. 18 to 24 rotations around the sun. No more, no less. Me, 40. You, not age phobic, classist, or religionist. Otherwise, anything that makes me think Nazi, no dice. $100 to you. Sit your clown ass down at a table at Steam Plant after the coronavirus lockdown quarantine is lifted. You, me, dinner conversation. If it goes well, $100 to you. You can have anything you want on the menu. Don't go overboard. Don't get like 2 meals to take home. To, you know, like one for your dog or whatever. Hopefully not your kids, because I don't want to be a stepdad. I have step parents. They're great. It just that's a stressful ass job. Hard drug users.
Retired B-movie actor. I think there's a story behind the sunglasses. If I remember correctly, he bought this aged Gouda cheese, and then when he didn't have anywhere to store it, he traded it to someone for these sunglasses. I don't know how he even wears them so badly. How can you not find, like, the natural place for sunglasses to rest on? Shouldn't you be able to tell that by instinct? I'm fucking lost. Yeah, he didn't want to turn all the men on. I love that one. Lucas has only ever turned himself on, and I'm not sure how that works. It's got to be some sort of a form of autoerotic asphyxiation, because it would kill me to find Lucas attractive. Yeah, he mastered the art of bartering. I fucking love it. Alright.
Yeah, I don't care if you're a Christian, Muslim, Jew, atheist, agnostic, Raelian, Scientologist, Mormon, doesn't matter. If you're a bitch to me, no. If you're a bitch to the waiter, no. Pretty simple, pretty simple. I don't really care what language you use.
Well, Lucas, one of the things that he doesn't do that women hate is he's not a dick to the help. He's actually very polite to them. Or to his waiting staff and stuff like that. He's pretty much polite to everyone he talks to when he isn't having a freaking flip out about age phobia or whatever. Which is fine, but I think it's more to do with him being a wuss, really. Yeah, I know. Yeah, women hate it when you're a dick to the waiting staff. Lucas doesn't do that, but he's like... It's so contrary to how he usually acts that it's kind of like suspicious, I guess. No, he just called it hashtag yeet, I think. Could I find it doing that? Do you have it as that? No, I guess not. Pretty sure it was hashtag yeet. Alright. I love that one. I would never be a dick to waiting staff either, trust me. What's the point in doing that? I don't know why people think that's a flex. Let's see, I don't think the Discord shows up. Pretty sure it just stays on my... Okay. Yeet me down a bay. I'd be fucking that Zoomer all day. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll wait a bit. I'll probably get more viewers as things go on, but I have to go feed the dog eventually. He's a good boy. He deserves it. He was laying down outside my door.
I'm not really about prostitution. Like,
oh my god, he's out of breath already. Why doesn't he just wait until he's been sitting down for a few minutes before he makes the video? Oh, I showed him earlier. He's a schnauzer.
I'm for the legalization of it, but that's illegal. I'm not offering $100 for somebody to have sex with me. I'm offering $100 for somebody to come have dinner with me.
Yeah, yeah.
If at the end of the date you wanted to, I would, but if you don't want to, that doesn't mean that it wouldn't be enough for a second date. Like, the date goes well and you want to go on a second date, then I would give you the $100 and we'd go on a second date. I mean, I've had sex in like 8 years. If we can't go like...
What a great line.
4 months without a date, or 4 months without sex, I mean,
God,
that doesn't really bother me. I'm not soliciting for prostitution. Anybody that says that is a fucking retard. So, yeah, I'm not trying to get a hooker.
Walking and talking at the same time, it's very difficult.
Somebody to have dinner with me. Because it seems like I'm surrounded by a bunch of age phobes and classists and religionists and other sordid haters. Yeah, I wouldn't listen to a bunch of idiots.
Right on. Well, you uploaded it? Alright, let's check it out. Huh? Is it? Well, am I doing something wrong? I don't see a new video. Hashtag yeet. Under shorts. The shorts seem to be showing up here, if that's what that S means. And I know I look like a boomer out here, because I am. I have no idea how to use this site that's been paying for my rent. Oh, alright. Come on. Yep.
Eat me down a bay. Be fucking that Zoomer all day. Eat me down Christ was homeless and you gotta be all Gucci Mane. Tight with the money so you won't be my honey. And I oop into you.
No, I should have held that one open. Alright, what am I doing? Like I said, I'm a boomer. Alright. Now you should be able to see.
Eat me down a bay. Be fucking that Zoomer all day. Christ was homeless and you gotta be all Gucci Mane. Tight with the money so you won't be my honey. And I oop into your vibe like I'm Spokane Saturday Night Live. All same mood upon the left. You do be age-phobic like you rockin' a retard cleft. I don't know, nigga, I'll put a ring on her. Quit acting like the KKK, motherfucker. Yeet me down the bay, you bigot. Sway, swag, today. Yeet me down a bay. Occupy, obey.
Yeah, he drops the N-word and then says, "Why you acting like the KKK, motherfucker," in the same sentence. So, there you go. I don't know. Obviously, I didn't schedule this stream. I was just like, I could do this. I could probably make back the money I spent on beer today. I've done that at least. Yeah, it's ridiculous. He's obsessed with the Occupy movement. Which was something that happened, I don't know, when was that? Like 2012 or something? It was a long time ago. It was only like for a year. And I was making fun of it the whole time, of course. Hey, well, glad I can be back. I might do this more often. Was it 2012? I was just guessing. Oh, we got plenty more of this bullshit here, though. Here's Lucas on par with, like, I don't know what, the fucking Westboro Baptist Church or something. This is ridiculous. He's like, oh, these greedy people should die. They got COVID because they had multiple partners. I know it's what people are saying. It's probably what these people are saying about monkeypox right now, but whatever. I don't think people are actually dying from monkeypox. I just find it terrifying because it'll disfigure your face. Yeah, where the party at? Where the women at?
It's a puzzle. It's a horse during an apocalypse. I made a funny.
What? Man, I wish Will Smith would just walk up and slap this guy. Because that joke was, you know, heinous. If it was a joke. I'm not exactly sure. I just want to watch Will Smith slap him, I guess.
Yeah. So, yeah, maybe the bubonic plague was worse, but this is definitely some sort of plague. In 40 years...
Oh, maybe the bubonic plague was worse. It only killed like half of Europe.
I've never experienced a complete shutdown of a third of the planet. Stores, people are missing.
You know what? It's not even worth it.
One rent check, and you know, of course, they're going to end up homeless. They're going to get a stimulus from the government.
I'd love that.
But that's just going to go right to bail out the landlords. It doesn't help the people; it helps the rich. Like they'll give you $1,200, and it's like, oh, you can't spend it. You got to use that probably to pay your rent. So yeah, hell awaits you, Christians. The reason I say that is because, well, this whole coronavirus thing is a super SARS, right? We're supposed to practice social distancing of 6 feet apart. Have you ever experienced?
I don't want to talk too much about COVID, but I think it's, yeah, similar to SARS. I don't think he's wrong here, but... I know, the puzzle pieces. Lucas looks like the... I don't want to call him the poster child for autism, but I mean, that's where I'm at right now. Yeah, I know. Lucas, like a lot of incels, has compared his suffering to genocide.
Experienced anything like that even when you were, even if you're a baby boomer? Probably not. I think the closest analogy would be the influenza outbreak of 1912 that preceded the World War I.
What's he talking about? It was 1918. He's talking about the flu epidemic, right? Where do you get 1912 from? Well, anyway. Yeah, I know the horse from Berserk would have taken one look at Lucas and been like, no.
Leading to strife, causing the assassination of King Ferdinand. Just like water shortages lead to terrorist attacks, it seems like any kind of scourge upon the environment, because this is all our home, leads to war. Big wars. Of course, the United States has been at war continuously since 1990.
Man, fucking, I don't know. People don't believe it nowadays, but my mom sent me to hang out with a kid who had chickenpox so that I'd get it, and it fucking sucked. I don't want anything like that ever again. And I didn't get it because I fucking had sex with him. I got it because I hung out with him. So, I don't know, man. Yeah, he's trying to get into World War I, and it's going to be really special. I think he said Prince Ferdinand at least. I'm assuming he's talking about Archduke Ferdinand, but... Shingles? Well, I don't know. Apparently there's a thing. I don't know if I can get monkeypox because I already got the smallpox shot when I went to Korea, but this was what people did at the time. People are like horrified by it now, but I thought it was Archduke, but I don't know. It's not me who's knowledgeable about World War I, it's my partner. I know more about World War II. Oh, they're not similar at all? Alright, I don't know, man. I just know that I don't want anything to mess up my face. This is my meal ticket, right? No. I'm just fucking...
with the Middle East. But, you know, there's this sentiment against China right now that's like, fuck China, because they gave us a disease because it was found in a wet market. But at the same time, the Chinese scientists have the cure, and Cuba has the cure, but our capitalist fucking ass...
Okay. Cuba has the cure for this, I guess.
So, Society of the United States
I use the word partner, so
won't
nobody
pitch out
knows
the cure or the vaccine.
I like that.
because they want to develop it at the University of Pittsburgh. And oh, look at all the money we can make off this. It's not about helping people. It's about how much money they can make off of this. But you go to other places, it's about helping the people. The United States is a fucked up country. It's all about the worship of money. It's all about...
But the U.S. is fucked up compared to Cuba. Compared to Cuba.
You know, everything sucks here except all the money is here.
My God.
75% of this country is Christian. I don't have a girlfriend because you're age-phobic Gen Z. You're classist even though you're a generation socialist. Age phobia is against the Bible. I'm sidetracking. What I'm...
I don't want to let Tom into my room. It's a mess. He's going to mess with things. I think I set my camera so it doesn't look like it's a mess, but, you know. I should have streamed in the living room, probably.
What I'm saying here is this is definitely a plague against the people from God. Because even as an atheist, how do you view, what is God really? Well, Mother Nature, according to Spinoza.
Nobody's complaining about it. Okay.
So this is a plague, and it's a revenge from God. but yeah, you don't care as long as you get the vagina. So fuck you. I don't really even mean that in sort of a nice way. I mean, like, literally, I hope you get the coronavirus and die. Because the rest of us, we're
Yeah,
practicing social distancing.
Yeah, he keeps looking around because he doesn't want someone to walk by and bomb his video, calling him the faggot again. That was probably the funniest thing I've ever seen. No, whatever.
I'm at a temporary homeless shelter now.
Like, I'm sure that's the reason he was making those porta potty videos. Like, even Lucas can't want to record from a porta potty if he has the option to do something else. But he's like, wow, people are going to mess with me if I'm out in public yelling like an insane person? I guess I better record in the toilet. My fucking God. Oh. This has been going on for a while, right? 3 hours. Man, what a marathon.
Run by the city, and for like the first couple days they were doing the social distancing. The staff were like sitting on each other's laps at the Spokane Library. They were sitting on each other's laps.
What?
And bullshitting around like 3 inches from each other's mouths and like practically making out and holding hands. But no, because of we're the poor.
The staff at the public library. Alright, so Lucas's assertion here is apparently that the staff of the public library, library, I like to do that to annoy people. So the staff is like sitting on each other's laps at a library. Naughty librarian porn, is that a thing? I guess it must be. You know, if it exists as a thing, I guess. The stereotype was always that librarians were all old women. I know that's not true, but it's like, what's he talking about here? I mean, we all saw that picture, right? When he went to college and he's like, oh, the greed of these three girls giving into this guy's avarice. Anyway, Blue. Okay, I will work on a Mark Lipine video. The problem is that I watched a video about him, and all of the names were insane. I have no idea how to pronounce these, like, French names. Like, Lipine's not how it's pronounced, right? It's like, or something. Yeah, I know about porn, trust me. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta sit on someone's lap at the library. That's how it works. My God. I know, this is the point where I get too drunk, right? Yeah, I think that was my biggest hurdle, was that I could not wrap my head around the names having to do with this Mark guy. I'll give it my best shot, but people got really mad when I said Isla Vista instead of Isla Vista. Which I later realized, it's like, I looked up the word and it said Isla, but at the same time, Los Angeles is the name of a city, and that's not how you'd say that word in Spanish, so... I rely too much on Google when I should use my common sense, but I work like stoned a lot, so... That's how the Spanish word is pronounced, but it's not how the place is pronounced, I guess. So, there we go. I'm sure Abby could have told me that, but whatever. It's not pronounced anyway? I don't know. I never felt like I'd have to look that one up. I still don't know how you're supposed to say that one. I only kind of like it because it's pissing so many people off. I'm like, wow, if they really hate this word that much, I should be using it. Elric117, thank you so much. That's a name I know. Been leaving comments for a long time. Is anyone else curious about how Lucas sees reality? Like, can someone please make Lucas vision? No, it would be a single-minded approach where he's absolutely obsessed with nothing but dating underage girls or, young women, whatever. I guess they don't have to be underage, but he doesn't really care about anything else. We've tried to get him interested in things, or people have. Remember that time that Goldhour sent him a DS and he's like showing off, oh, I'm playing the DS on the toilet at the homeless shelter at 2 a.m. in 2020. My God. Huh. I thought it pissed everyone off. And I understand why. Their language is different from ours. Also, I hate the letter X at this point. Yeah, I'm not really... Alright, let's keep going.
Bourgeoisie attitude problem is no, the poor have to practice social distancing, but we, because we have more money than you.
Shirt's too hot.
You won't date me, I don't have a credit card. You won't date me because you're a bigot.
A credit card.
Read your Bible, Christian. John 13:34.
Lucas, people who are rich don't need to have a credit card. They don't need to. I don't know. Am I wrong here? Yeah. 3% like it. Yeah, that would be a hated word. Some people have said they consider it a slur. I think they're idiots. It's not a slur. It's just fucking out of touch, but... But the fact that it's that reviled is pretty funny. I'm actually not sure how you're supposed to pronounce it. I've never said it before. Alright, keep going.
The worship of money is also in there. You're Bernie Sanders types, but you're hypocritical because old boy has a car or a credit card. So this plague is a revenge against humanity for our greed. We go into areas and strip mine and cut down trees and deplete resources for a disease called capitalism. There's a bunch of
No fucking way.
like stickers around.
No fucking way. It's an atheist guy trying to convince me that people are being punished for their greed. By what? By what? If he doesn't believe in God, what are they being punished by? What, Mother Nature? That's a very childish take on it, if so. I mean, this is something that theoretically evolved to attack people. And Lucas's whole thing, his whole shtick is about evolution and, eugenics and stuff. I don't know, this shit's ridiculous. I should probably end my stream soon. I gotta go feed this dog, I think. Is there anything else I should do? I should probably find one more video if I say I'm going to quit, right? I know. Rich people are the ones that don't drive, probably. Jesus deserved crucifixion. Oh, this one sounds good. I bet this is
I mean...
Oh, that wasn't age restricted? Killing you sluts quicker than HIV. Yeah, that's a good one, right? I have no idea. Also, why is he doing this angle? You notice that he's like doing that thing that neckbeards do, accentuate my neckbeard. Maybe he thinks it gets rid of his double chin, I don't know. But he's sure showing off this angle a lot. Yeah, it's the fucking insurance. Like, I don't want to pay for insurance on a car I'd barely use in the first place, so I don't drive. But pretty annoying in this country. I don't know. It's not like you can completely hide it. You can't hide a double chin. I probably have a double chin. I'm not even fat.
It's literally airborne. If you catch it, you have a 40% chance of
Yeah,
dying.
that could be. I'd believe that.
More people have died of it in the past 3 months than...
Wow, he's making up stats. Look at this. Look at this. He's reaching into himself to make up a stat. Or maybe to remember something that he's not smart enough to remember. I guess I'd believe that too, but it's amazing.
Almost as much as Vietnam. So, like, by the 4th month, it will have killed as many people as the Vietnam War. But you guys are out there having sex and hooking up like a bunch of morons. Good, I'm glad, because evolution does that. It gets rid of the stupid motherfuckers. Nice knowing you.
This is the guy who has rampant, like, diabetes that he's not dealing with. Walking around with open sores on his foot and drinking, like, 2 liters of soda. And he's like, evolution deals with the stupid Darwin's Law. It's fucking insane. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously it was bound to kill millions of people, but that's out of a lot of people, but... But the fact that he talks about Darwin's Law, and it's like, wow, this guy would be dead in any other country. I don't know. Look at him, he can barely breathe. He can't figure out where his sunglasses should sit.
So, it's a big fat party at all these apartments during an airborne epidemic. It makes you laugh to hear about, but the kill rate of it and expediency of it is 480 times quicker than HIV.
I wonder where he got that stat from. That is the most insane thing that he's ever said, probably. 450 times more deadly than HIV. So HIV was like 100% deadly back in the day, of course. Now it's, you know, in a first world country, 0% deadly. We can treat it. I wonder what he crunched in to get those numbers. Right? Like, what the hell? He's like, oh, the average time it takes HIV to kill someone, or something like that.
And when you get it, you're gonna die from it 40% of the time, and you're just out there fucking and hooking up. Evolution is beautiful in that it gets rid of the stupid people.
Dan silly. Well, I'll do it for you, certainly.
Thank you.
If I can find a good one.
I thought it was pretty smart before, but like the poison coming off this arrow right now, genius? I don't know. Super genius? I don't know. I'm not one to brag. I'm just saying that you're all out there not social distancing when the disease itself will kill you 480 times quicker than HIV.
Oh, the number changed.
Has a kill rate of that of the Vietnam War by the next month, which will be the 4th month.
It's so hard walking and talking.
And you're just like not worried. Nurses and doctors
I'm doing
are wearing
much
like
better
the
than most
thick
people in my
plastic
600-pound
masks,
life.
and you're out there with the hookup culture. Disease that kills you about 500 times quicker than AIDS.
Oh, 500 now. It went from 450 to 480 to 500. He is ramping it up every time he talks, right? And don't gaslight me. I know he said that. Oh my god. I no longer wonder where he's getting the number from. It. He keeps changing it. Yeah, I'm not one to brag.
There are people with AIDS that have been around for 40 years. This will kill you in 3 months. You have about 40% chance
HIV
of
now.
dying. And you're just out there having your fun. This is why I love evolution. Because it kills the stupid people.
I don't know, man. It used to kill the stupid people, but now Lucas is here at
Everywhere
the age of
you go,
42.
it's like
I don't really know.
social distancing? No, fuck that. All the apartments around here, they're all having a big fucking fat orgy fuck fest. With the
No
airborne
fucking
disease
shit.
that spreads 480 times quicker than AIDS.
We're back to 480, alright.
With a
Oh,
death toll by the
spreads
next
quicker
month of that of the Vietnam War, which didn't even last 20 years. This is why I love evolution.
Vietnam War didn't last 20 years.
Because it kills the stupid people. Tell you what, Zoomer Bay is 18 to 24 years old. I'm 40 years old. I want to have kids someday. You're the most fertile. It is what it is. The zygote will have a better chance with you and me because of a potential theory that men between 35 and 55 will give their kids stronger DNA.
Theory. That's what he calls it.
Possibly. It's something that they're looking at. They don't really know for sure.
Oh,
All the evidence seems to point in that
he's
direction.
going back on it because Dan Eisenberg, like...
So they're doing more studies. Hopefully they're combining the
Hold on,
egg
stop.
into it, because the fact that they haven't combined the egg is rather misogynistic and lapsy for scientists to do. But I've never read a study that includes the young egg and the older sperm, which means they're a bunch of fucking misogynists or a bunch of fucking retards. I think that the intelligence of the species is going up. Interesting. You cut out the female from the equation of making a baby. 8 years of a study and studies after study, and you just leave out the fact that younger eggs
this angle is
do
killing
what
me, guys.
middle-aged sperm do in terms of DNA, because you're all out there during an airborne disease being smart. Well, the hookup culture is popping off in these apartments, and they're predicting a baby boom.
Hey, does anyone think the hookup culture was popping off at the beginning of the pandemic? Not as far as I could tell. Everyone actually kind of stopped interacting with each other for the most part. It's depending on what you thought about it, but... Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I guess I wouldn't have noticed. I already cut myself off a bit, but...
Boom. But what I'm predicting is plague. It kills you
Plague.
quicker than HIV.
Yeah, I mean, it kills, like, I don't know, a couple percent of the population quicker than HIV, but HIV was a death sentence back then, and it doesn't kill anyone in first world countries now, as far as I know. This whole thing is so disingenuous, I guess because he doesn't actually know the facts. I'm not really sure about any of them, but I am sure that Lucas is saying a bunch of stupid shit right now, though. With some strange camera angles with these sunglasses he doesn't seem to be able to wear correctly.
About 500 times quicker than AIDS.
500 times quicker.
And
Yeah.
you think that the human species is getting more intelligent.
Yeah.
Well, the hookup culture. This is why I love evolution. Because it kills the stupid people. So
That's why
like
he's doing
after
that?
this...
Is he really doing a PUA angle? I didn't know that one. Looks like he's trying to accentuate his neckbeard to me, but I don't know everything.
Passes. It might even be a year. I still want some video chat with the Zoomer Bays. You're 18 to 24. I want to date you, but I don't want to die or you to die. So social distancing might be a good thing. No, we'll just do the fuck fest now in the middle of an airborne disease. Smart! No, I think we'll wait. Get a hold of me on Instagram. You might be rather lonely. You might be one of these bored people that is not a fucking idiot.
I think my hair is terrible.
Like the rest of the Zoomers and Millennials and the other hookup culture retards out there. And you're probably bored shits. I'm here. I'll talk to you. I mean, you haven't
I'll talk to you if I can
been
catch
my
my breath
purpose
here.
for the past 8 years of my life trying to, as you
In the last 8 years of my life, where were you when you were 10 years old? 8 years ago? God. Yeah, I'll keep the stream here. No reason not to.
say get pussy when I'm trying to start a family, you fucking idiots.
Trying to start a family.
It's not like
from the homeless shelter.
You're not the entire purpose of my existence for close to a decade or something.
Gen Z is the entire purpose of his existence for a decade. Now that is sad. I mean, we all knew it, but it's like when he just says it like that, it's like, wow, he's not even hiding this. He's not even trying to hide this.
I'm here if you want to talk and you're bored as shit, or your boyfriend is forcing you into sex because he's bored. This is what I love about evolution. Kills off all the stupid people.
God,
But no, enjoy your orgy. Enjoy your hookup culture.
Lucas, you're living in a homeless shelter, infecting all of these people potentially every day because you live in a homeless shelter. How is that any better than going to orgies? Not that people... I mean, people weren't, obviously, but it's like... Fuck. The Starbucks thing. Yeah. Yeah, that was really something, wasn't it? That was the first... He thinks that I was stalking him when he was in Tumwater, but I actually only heard about him when the Starbucks thing happened, like most people. So... I don't know what he was on about. Finish this and then what, Dan Silly?
Or get a hold of me on Instagram. If I like you, I know you haven't been working for a while because most of the businesses are shut down.
Oh, that's why you haven't been
And
working?
you might be
Not that I wanted to talk.
feeding off of toaster crumbs for all I know in like little mustard packets. $100 might buy you some food, college girl. $400 for 4 months might buy you quite a bit of food. No, I don't really think we need to have sex right now. But after the coronavirus, it might be wise to wait 4 months to have sex and just have dinner together at the steam plant once a month. Or that could be the first date and we go to other restaurants and you realize one very obvious fact. God. I'm here to be your husband.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. What a miserable experience, right? It's just out of breath the whole time. Oh God, I know. I was gonna play. Oh, never mind. I gotta end this soon. I have to go do stuff. I know I've watched this on stream before, but I'm not exactly sure what to watch.
There was My Little Pony.
I'm so good at it.
If you don't know this guy, he's the downtown LA stalker. He's now on the sex offender registry for stalking some 15-year-old like he always does, but he used to make all these videos of himself just like confronting women and being really uncomfortable. Being really awkward about it. I don't know.
Hi. Hi, I like you. Those are cool earrings. Like, what do you call them? Ear gauges? What are they called? Yeah, gauges, yeah. Nice. Like, I've never seen that before. That's unique. Cool. Happy first day. Happy December 1st.
Yeah, he's got a camera in their face, so it's like fucking... I have to look at Marshall Mathers the Fourth. Man, I was reading his posts earlier this stream. I made a video about him on my third channel, which I haven't used much, but... yeah, Marshall Mathers the Fourth is really something right now. I'm aware. I've been posting him on Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter at WalterFate1, I think. Yeah. Holy shit, that was horrible. You can't stick a camera on a woman's face and say, "Hi, I like you." Like, if someone did that to me, I'd punch his fucking lights out. I don't know. I don't know how to take that.
Right. Whee! The world is my playground. Wow. Nice. Yes. Yes. Woo! Yeah.
What is he doing?
Yeah. Yeah. See, I'm filled up with adrenaline right now. No, I'm not. No. Oh my God, look at that. Look at how bright that is. Oh my God, look at that. High five. Yeah. Do you know High Five-ius? High Five-ius? It's like, it was a kid's song, like a Sesame Street song. I've got High Five-ius. Makes me feel alive-ius. I feel like slapping my hand to the hand of a friend. I feel alive-ius with this high five-ius. And no one can feel as quiet as I do. Unless they got high five-ius too. Do you know that? Yeah. High five. Yeah.
No,
I am filming every girl I see that I like.
There we go.
Okay. And I can, because I used to never be able to do this at all. Like, I'd be too scared to talk to girls.
Okay.
I can talk to girls.
It's like I feel so, and it's also me being healthy because I've had problems with food, like food sensitivities, like gluten and...
What is happening?
Yeah, I think I'm pretty much celiac disease, but I got tested for it, but they say I don't have it, but I pretty much have the same thing, like the same,
Gluten intolerance or something?
very severe.
Yeah.
It causes my brain to get like depressed, and I can't even talk to people at all, you know? That's how I was in high school all the time.
Does not
but now,
Yeah, I wouldn't even have known that.
yeah, this is like a whole new world. A whole new world!
I love it. Brightening everyone's day.
Yeah, I
They're
mean,
hoping
yeah, but
he's not
there's
just
so
a
many
creep, but he
haters
is.
on the internet
Oh, yeah.
that talk.
But haters gonna hate. Let them hate.
Yeah.
Just live your life.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are like responding really well to this, but
no, they're not.
like
They
almost.
should tell him to fuck off.
Well, that's what
They
you
don't know
think,
that.
but like most people think I'm like a creep, you know, weirdo. I really
Most people
like
think
you.
I'm a
Like I
creep.
really like you. Well, I had to leave them because I like you more. I had to leave them. What's your name? Cree?
It's like, oh, I'm gonna go
Cree?
from harassing this person to
Cree?
this person.
Carla? You have an accent? No. Where are you from? I love you.
I
said
love
it.
you.
I like
Radiohead
you.
made a
I
song
really-
about me one time.
Where you're from here? Do you have a boyfriend? You do? Are you in love with him?
This is worse than Lucas. Holy
I
fuck.
like you a lot. Like, there's like, it's good so far. Like,
This guy needs to like
I'm
get kicked in the
attracted, you
nuts
know?
or something. I can't take it.
I mean, so far. I mean, but I'm gonna get to know. I want to get to know you
No.
Like, I want to just keep talking to you, you know? Do you like me so far?
You have to call the cops.
Ah, why not? Just because I have a camera? Because I have a camera, right? Or because my hair is like kind of like long, kind of like. Can I give you a piggyback ride? I really want to do that. Like, I really want to do this because no girls have let me do it so far. But I hope you're not freaked out. Like, I'm a loving person. I'm very happy, more than normal people. You know, I'm just happy. I do whatever I want. You know, I mean, I respect people enough to to not do horrible. I'm not cross the line. You know. Hi.
No, you haven't
like
crossed
you.
the line. That's for sure.
I have to get up here because that'll make me taller and you'll like me more if I get up, you know, level ground, you know?
Why are you filming me?
Because I talk to every girl I like and I make videos. People like to watch the videos.
Okay. Cool. What's your name?
Daniel.
Daniel, I'm Helena.
Helena?
Yeah.
Are you from... Oh, nice. No, we have to secure, yes. What are you doing? Like, are you like...
I'm going to the library.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Oh. She almost got hit by a homeless person. Are you, where are you from?
I'm from Colorado.
Colorado.
God, can you be any more
Everywhere I
off-putting?
go, I'm in your shadow, and you're calling to me. You
He
know,
hates the fact that he just busts out singing and you're like, fuck
I
off,
like you
dude.
a lot.
Shut up.
Like, I feel comfortable with you right now. Yeah.
Maybe I'm the actor,
I do,
but
compared to like most girls around.
What are you doing?
I'm going to the library after this. I mean, after I have to go back to my place to get the cords and stuff to go to the library to upload the videos because it's very fast connection speed.
I see.
What? Do you want my number? No. You don't want to see me ever.
Is this the one? There's this one where a woman just starts talking back and asking him questions, and he gets really uncomfortable really quick and just like backs off like the beta he is, and it's like, holy fuck. That was hilarious. I'm not sure if it might have been this woman. We might be about to see it. But well, he's a sex offender now. I think he was stalking like a 15-year-old or something. I might be wrong about that. He was stalking someone. He was known for going after the younger looking girls. He didn't care if they were underage or not, but it wasn't? Alright. Wait. I'm pretty sure he's on the registry now for stalking someone.
I mean, maybe I will see you.
Oh, I mean, you're living here?
I live here.
In downtown?
I live close to downtown, but not in downtown.
Alright, well, you can Google my videos. Like, approaching girls in downtown or whatever.
Okay. Daniel?
Yeah.
Cool. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Take care.
The best. Alright, my dick was getting hard. Watch me do this weird thing. Watch me do this.
He keeps talking about his YouTube channel, like he'll flex about it, but he has like 1,000 subscribers at the time he's doing this. He's like, I've got 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Want to kiss me on video? It's fucking creepy.
Why? Knock, knock. Knock, knock. Can I come in? Can I come in? Hello? Knock, knock. Who's there? Dude, I'm a kid, dude. Just roaming around, having fun. I'm like a kid in the Philippines. You know, the kids in the Philippines go, yay, yay, Joe, Joe, hi, you know? So alive, you know? But people are so messed up around here, and I never even noticed. I didn't even have any thoughts at all about this ever until I stumbled upon this one website, happierabroad.com.
Oh no.
Happier Abroad, right?
No, come on. He's not going to say this, is he?
Hi. Hi, I like you. Wow. That was fake. I think that was a fake reaction, you know? It was like delayed, okay?
It was My Little Pony, My Little...
Man, I would sure prefer if this guy never went to the Philippines, because I know what he'd be doing there. Alright, I think that's about it for today. Thanks everyone for showing up. Hope it was okay. But I'm about out of booze. There's not really that much to say about Lucas. Yeah, that was awful. I imagine having to ignore shit like that, but of course you would. That guy's obviously not right in the head. He does not come across as, like, sane. They're like, I don't want to be too mean to him because he's, like, autistic or something, but it's like... But that's the problem. He's still a predator. Alright. Anyway, good to see everyone. I'm gonna stop streaming. This was 3.5 hours. Yeah, it's pretty long for me. Alright, there should be a video soon, hopefully. Yep. Good night, everyone.